They listening to Pastor Grave. Hey, we're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy, gang! What's up, gang? Happy Gravy Day to you and yours. If you're not watching the video version, you're really missing out this week. It is Past Gravy, episode 568 with Alex, Pat, and welcoming back Bobby, Vacay Jokes, Barbosa, Hog, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. How's it going, dude? How are you doing?
Good. Did you guys miss me last week?
We did miss
so
you.
much.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I will say that last week's video without me got less views than the previous one with me.
Fuck!
I think it was just a quicker podcast, so there was less time for the views to build up. I think that's what it was.
Is that how views work?
Shut up.
Were you mad when you saw how short the podcast was? And by short, I mean it was probably 15 minutes shorter than it normally is.
It was still like close to 2 hours.
But it was like right at 2.
Mm-hmm. No,
wait till y'all see the bonus, not bonus episode, the Breaking Glass when my wife has a baby episode. It's like right at an hour. People are like, what the fuck?
See, that one I was surprised at. But the other one still hit 2 hours. I'm like, that's still the same way.
It's child's play. Yeah. How was your vacay, buddy?
Oh, it was a good time. We went to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. Had a lot of fun. It was a family trip with my mom, my brother Sam, and my mom's boyfriend. Was out there at the beach. I'm still there. I haven't made it back home yet. Take me back.
As a not vacation guy, like, did it take you like a couple of days to be like, oh, I can just do nothing here? Or did you like immediately like, all right, cool. Like you just get in vacation mode?
No. Like I feel like I didn't get into vacation mode until I got there. Like we were at the hotel just because like I'm the one who planned everything, and it was my mom's and my brother's first time flying. So I'm like trying to make sure that they're calm, make sure like, okay, everyone got their passports. Okay, once we get there, at the airport, once you get there, right before you exit, it's like a shark tank. It's like a shark tank. Everyone wants to come and get you. Like, oh, you have a ride, you need a ticket, blah 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 blah. And I was telling my mom just before we landed, I'm like, do not engage with them. Just
because if you give them $30 today, you can go see this thing, and then tomorrow they're gonna refund it. You're never going to go to the presentation, but then you have a chore, and then you just out $30 if you don't do that chore.
Yeah, and Sam and my brother heard that, so they left, and then I'm going, and then I turn back, and she's caught up with them. I'm like, no, I told you not to engage. And like I was telling the guy who like approached him, like, no, we're good. He's like, oh, no, but you need the thing. And I'm like, no, we're good. And my mom just kept talking to him. Like, I was like yelling at my mom, like, come on, let's go. I had to like physically grab her and pull her from this guy that was just like trying to scam her. I'm like, I just told you, don't engage. And everything was fine. But like, yeah, it's like even then I was stressed out. It wasn't until we were at the hotel I was like, okay, we're finally here, finally calm. I can like relax now.
So did you have any virgin pina coladas or anything just so you could feel like you were fitting in? Like little umbrella drinks?
Good question.
I did have some like pineapple juice, pineapple water, I guess.
It would be funny if he just got like pineapple juice. Like that was just it.
He's the only person in there like, I don't care for that. I will drink the Mexican water.
I'll just take a regular Topo Chico.
Get some mineral water. Yeah. The water of my people.
Dude, I think honestly, that's actually now the water of my people. I think white people have taken Topo Chico.
That might be true.
But non-alcoholic like daiquiris and pina coladas and stuff like that, they fuck. Like of all like the non-alcoholic stuff, I was talking about non-alcoholic beer last week, and like we basically were like, look, beer's not something we drink necessarily for the taste. There's good tasting beer, but beer's not necessarily something that everybody drinks for taste. And I would say that like most alcohol is kind of that way too. But like I would just drink pina coladas all day. If like that was, be like, Alex, you can only drink pina coladas for a week, I'd be like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
without
they
the
can't
alcohol
have
in it,
any rum in it at all. It's just straight pina colada, no booze. Done.
it's basically a coconut flavored icy at that point, and ices are great.
Yeah. Ices
Or
are
like,
ices
right?
are great.
I could go for an icy right now.
Why
Remember
didn't
the
they
first
put
time you?
booze in ices though? Why is that not a thing? Verbal trademark.
I've
Booze
seen
ices, just vodka with ices.
the only one I've ever seen is like they'll do it with the Coke icy. Which, by the way, remember the first time you had a Coke icy? You were like,
That's the goat
what?
of ices. That's the goat
What?
of ices. There's
And
like
then
a
they got
Coke
like
but
Dr. Pepper
frozen.
ones now.
They have a Dr. Pepper shake at Whataburger. No free ads. Bleep that out. But that fucks. They just got rid of it because I went there yesterday. It's my wife's pregnancy craving, and we got maybe for our last time Whataburger, and I was like, Dr. Pepper shake, like, we're out. And then I said, ma'am, fuck you. And then I drove around like I was mad, and then I went back and got back in line, and I apologized, and then she gave me your food. And it was
You should have been like, listen, my wife is very pregnant right now. I have to assume that you have everything in there that can make the shake. For the love of God, please do this for me. Actually, you know what you should have
the
done?
shake for me. The Dr. Pepper shake was for me. The food is
They
for
don't need
the
to know
wife.
that. They didn't need to
But
know
it's
that.
true.
You know what you need to do? Go to Chick-fil-A. Because I bet you'll be like, listen.
God would say, God wanted me to have this.
Whataburger just stopped running this. My wife is very pregnant. She's having a craving. Do you guys think you could make the Dr. Pepper shake for me, or at least try? Chick-fil-A will be like,
my pleasure.
We got you. We'll take care of it, bud.
Pat, you seem like the kind of person who would like absolutely say no to like a request like that. Like, oh, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you get special treatment.
You should have heard it's not cool last week. It was Mr. Restaurant Guy being like, fuck people that order things special. Mm-hmm. Even though I was on Pat's side.
Whoa. This wasn't, last week it wasn't fuck people that order special things. It's fuck people that ask for it rare, get it rare, and then go, this isn't rare.
But
make it again.
Like, you guys
and then you do it again, something and then go, that another still isn't rare.
But asking a different fast food place to whip up something that another fast food place that they aren't makes, but they don't make. Like, you guys think you just put this together?
No, actually, we've shockingly, we'll accommodate like anything that we possibly can. But as soon as I turn around from the table, I'm gonna bitch about it. Not to them. I'm like, God damn it, our menu's so far. Yeah. I miss the good old days when our owner was still the head chef. He was on the line every night, and you just got to go to him directly every night and go, hey, the table wants this. And the table could hear him scream, fuck no. That was the best. That was because what are you going to do? You're going to get mad at the chef? You're going to get mad at the guy who's making
your food? The guy could spit in all of it?
You're going to get mad at Jonathan while you're inside of Jonathan's? He'll tell you to get the fuck out. He told a food critic to get the fuck out one time.
Was that awesome?
I wasn't there for it, but from everything I heard about it, it was great. Like other restaurant owners were coming by. It's the food critic in Houston. People probably know. I'm not going to throw her name out there, but they buried the hatchet years ago.
Keith, that guy?
No, it was Allison Cook.
Bleep her name out.
Yeah, he threw her the fuck out.
Wait, they're cool now?
They're cool now.
Good. Then leave. But, actually, no. They leave the name any other way. We don't care. We don't even care.
No, I don't think this is going to get back to her.
Maybe it will.
What if she's a listener? That'd be
what
awesome.
If she reviews Past the Gravy? Don't, though. You're not allowed to review food and podcasts.
I would love for her to review us.
It'd probably be bad.
I don't think she ever even reviewed us after that. She just would never put him on the top 100 restaurants in Houston. That's what it was. Like after that, she just completely ignored him for years. But anyway, how did we get here? Fucking something about slushies? Robert? Oh, non-alcoholic drinks for Robert.
Non-alcoholic drinks.
For Bobby Vacay over there.
Bobby Vacay. But yeah, good time,
huh? Yeah.
Did you bring us anything?
I thought about it, but then I thought,
damn it,
I've given you guys stuff before and never seen it used once.
We appreciated it.
What did you ever give me?
I have a poster behind me, just out of frame, but it's there. You've seen it.
The poster?
My Threat Level Midnight poster.
Oh, right.
See?
I
right
see.
there.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video version, youtube.com/PastGravy podcast.
I did give you something, Pat, but I gave it to Alex, and I'm pretty sure he's never given it to you.
That tracks. That makes sense.
It was the forks.
Yeah, I had like the switch, fork, and spoon.
Oh yeah, no, it's in this closet right here. Pat just has never come over to get it.
I've been
Or
at your place.
But every time you come to my place, it's like we're going somewhere else when you get here. So it's like
Fair enough.
it's not like we're just hanging out. And I'm like, oh, by
It's
the way, I
okay.
have this for you. I have
Robert-
also somebody gave Robert a Christmas present. I was looking for something the other day, so I had to go through all of my stuff. Like the beauty of having a podcast room now that used to be a bed, it's supposed to be a bedroom, is like just have a closet. So when I moved all this shit that was just kind of stacked up in the other podcast room, I just threw in a closet. So the closet is essentially just storage at this point. It doesn't really have anything in there. But I was going through like the podcast stuff from when we do live events, and there was like a Robert Christmas present that was unopened. Somebody was probably like, "Hey, give this to Robert." So next time we have a live event, buddy, you're getting your Christmas present. Also, Raimundo Benavidez, I have your Christmas sweater from 2 years ago still.
We are unorganized douchebags. You know that?
We are. Usually podcasts hire a guy to like be in charge of all that stuff. We don't have that money.
Yeah, we
So
need like a studio
No.
manager.
we're our own guys. We're the band that's still packing up our own gear. All right. We don't have roadies yet.
I'm the guy
One day.
that's had the dolly for my restaurant in my garage for a year now because I just can't remember to bring it back.
From my wedding?
Did I bring that to your wedding also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
been married 2 years almost.
Well, no,
Going
it's
on
my
2 years.
it's my restaurant. No. That was your dad's. No, I gave that back to your dad. I'm saying the one that belongs to the restaurant I work at.
I thought you loaned my parents one because I knew my mom was like, well, I had to pick that thing up from Pat.
No, I could have swore because I remember I had to drop something back off to your mom after the wedding, and I think that was it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, none of this means anything.
It was probably the restaurant, and you thought it was her, so you gifted Alex's
That's why my mom has
dolly.
it's a cool gift.
Could be. I mean, the way we got it was some company that delivers our food left it, and we were like, ours now.
Okay, so it's the universes.
Yeah, it's probably Costco's. Who knows?
It's like umbrellas. They belong to anybody.
You
You
son
leave
of a
them for
bitch.
somebody else. That's true. It's the universal umbrella rule.
Mhm.
All right. Do you have anything else, Robert, you wanted to bring in besides that you went to Mexico and you're better than us because you went on vacation?
I think I told you, Alex. Sam and I attended a wedding by accident. There's a church there in Puerto Vallarta that's like their famous church, and my mom wanted to go visit it. So we did. We were just like sitting in the back pews, looking at architecture or whatever, just paying respect. And we're sitting there a couple of minutes, and I look behind us, and people have started lining up, like and I'm like, we're like, what's going on? Like they're wearing suits and like dresses. We thought maybe it was like a quinceañera or like a graduation or something like that. And they were blocking the exit, so we couldn't just get up and walk past them. We could have, I guess, but it would have been really awkward.
Would you say it was a Mexican standoff?
Yeah, except we were sitting.
Mexican sit-off?
Hmm.
There you go.
And we were thinking, okay, I think this actually might be a wedding. It looks like there's a groom and who's next to with his parents at the very front, but like I don't see a bride or anything. At the very end, she shows up in her wedding dress. I'm like, oh, this is a wedding. We're here, I guess, crashing their wedding. And so we did what normal people would do. We pretended we were part of the family, and we were like smiling at them and taking pictures. We have pictures and videos of them as they start walking down the aisle to like, here comes the bride.
How long did the wedding go? It was a full Catholic wedding?
Yeah, it was a full Catholic, but
Those last forever.
as soon as the bride had made it to the front and like everyone stood up or whatever, we left. Because we were at the back pews.
Okay.
We-
Okay.
I'm
That'd been
surprised
hilarious if you had
nobody
to hang
was
out for,
like
45 minutes.
Mhm.
nobody was in the church just walking around like, hey, we're about to have a wedding. Can you get out?
Nope. No one
They
was
just
like that.
showed up to the church.
Yeah, and we
Like a
weren't
higher
in
planner.
like wedding attire at all. We were in like vacation, like Hawaiian shirts and shorts. Everyone was not dressed for. We weren't dressed for that. But we were like, oh, we can't get up right now. We're gonna draw too much attention to ourselves if we do. Because it's 5 of us.
You get out, you walk down the aisle while the bride's walking down. Excuse us.
No, it's
Yeah,
definitely
in all
better
of the
that
photos.
In there,
it's definitely better that you guys sat there so that in the wedding video in the back pew there's people just hanging out that nobody knows who they are.
I actually do love that too, because like imagine them, the long happy marriage. They're sitting around with their kids 50 years from now. I don't think we'll be looking at photo albums, but they're scrolling through grandma's iPad or whatever. And it's like, Grandma, who are those people? Who are those people that were at your wedding? Oh, and she like turns around and she's like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Do you know who this guy was?
I thought they were your cousin.
Who was wearing a Hawaiian shirt? Wait, whoa, none of them were dressed for. Huh. We have no idea. No, it would also just been funny if you had to sit through the whole thing and then like I feel like you would have been entitled to be able to go to like the reception.
I think so they left the doors open because that's where they were lining up. They kind of lined up in like the middle of the aisle and through the exit to the front of the church. And when everyone went through, the doors were still open, so that's why we left. I think if they would have closed, I definitely would have been like too nervous. Like this thing is gonna squeak really loud.
It's gonna creak so loud.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys later. Great show.
I would have. I don't care how squeaky that door is. I would have been out. I've sat through one Catholic wedding one time, and I was in it, and I don't think my knees have ever recovered from kneeling for that long. I'll never do it again.
But you had to kneel the whole time,
bro. When
They're
I did
kneeling
it,
sections.
it was dude. When he says sections, he means sections. It's like they start it, then they're like, all right, everyone kneel, and you're kneeling for like
you do
10
communion?
minutes, and then you stand up. And then you go back to kneeling for like another 15 minutes. And then they let you sit down. And then you stand. And then you go back to kneeling for like another 20. Because you know, a full Catholic wedding could be like an hour and a half long. Bro, I was literally in the pew. And I'm in the front row. Because I was one of the groomsmen. I'm shaking. Because my body's in so much pain from kneeling for that long. And this was in college. This was way less fat ago. But man, dude, I will never again. Or I mean, honestly, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm skipping the kneeling. I'm gonna sit.
You should do like a reverse Kaepernick.
I
think I'm with.
I thought I was gonna stand next to my boy, but no, I gotta kneel the whole fucking time.
I feel like I'm with Pat, where it's like those doors closed, you still got to get out of there. Like it may squeak, it may creak, it may make all the sounds. You're never gonna see those people again. You just gotta go. They're in a different country, dude. You get to come back to a different country.
Yeah, like, oh no, this is awkward. I'll literally never see any of these people again.
And if you do, that's a hilarious story. Hey, were you in Mexico 2 weeks ago? Did you happen to like wander into a chat? Yeah, why? Yeah, you like ruined the whole wedding. I'm like, crazy, dude. That sucks. I don't know them.
Sorry.
Put a sign up. Like at my wedding, which was outside, it wasn't in a church, but it did say like reserved for private event. It wasn't like, come on, take a look around. I know it wasn't a historic church or anything, but it was a park. People were wandering around.
Yeah, we didn't see any sign that said wedding happening at this time.
Seems like a very simple fix.
Mm-hmm.
You guys would have absolutely been allowed to go to the reception if you had to do that. But then did you like sort of start coming up with a backstory though? Like, were you and Sam like, all right, we're so-and-so's cousin.
Mm-hmm. From out of town.
I'm Steve. You're his cousin Sophie, and yeah, you're like we're going with this. We're a traveling folk band. It's a family band, and we're here just in town on a whim.
The airline lost our luggage, and we had to buy clothes at the airport. That's why we're wearing this.
That's why we're yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't pull off like, oh, I don't speak Spanish, because everyone speaks Spanish there. We all speak Spanish.
Yeah, but you could have just been like, no sabo, kid.
What does no sabo mean? That sounds
I mean, it's when you're Latin, but you don't speak Spanish. They call those kids no sabo kids.
Sabo. It's a fun name.
I learned that from watching videos online.
Shout out online. Shout out online. We're going to talk about online today. I think people might be a little too online these days. I'm the first person to ever say that. People might be a little too online these days. I had a couple of things for a Precome segment. this is gonna sound like I'm being incredibly ungrateful, and I don't mean it in that way at all. But are thank you cards the most thoughtful / polite, but also meaningless thing in the entire world?
Yes.
Like
And
when somebody gives you a thank you card, you're like, hey, like I just had a baby shower at work. My work threw me a baby shower. It was awesome. I really appreciate it. They helped us out. We have so much in diapers that they saved us. And I'm not saying I don't appreciate it at all. But like you always like you write thank you cards to people that give you gifts for those things. And it's like the whole time you're writing it, you're like, all right, I gotta just gotta knock these cards out. And you know that like somebody's gonna be like, oh, hey, thanks. And they're gonna read it, and they're gonna throw it away. It's like this is just me giving you a flyer that you're gonna throw away, but like you're a piece of shit. I feel like a piece of shit if I'm like, I gotta like Pat got me some diapers. I gotta write Pat a thank you card. Now, if it was you that gave me diapers, I would text you and be like, hey dude, really appreciate the diapers. But it was like a coworker and stuff. Like our generation needs to be the generation that's like, can we just have like a text thank you card? Like if I send the if I hold down the arrow on the iPhone and it does the balloons and I'm like, hey dude, thank you so much for the diapers for L Pat. We really appreciate it, man.
I mean, for someone that says that, you also gave me a thank you card for your wedding. Well, I say you did.
Were in it. You were.
Emma did, and then you wrote Alex at the bottom of it.
But I wrote individual thank you cards to all the people that were in my wedding
because I'm pretty sure mine was written by Emma.
Emma wrote a thank you card for the gift.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Emma wrote the gift thank you card.
But yeah, no,
I wrote all my brides, all my groomsmen. I wrote all of them thank you cards for like, hey, dude, really appreciate you being here on my special day and shit like that.
I mean, because if it means I never have to write a thank you card in my life, I'm fine never getting married.
But I'm also a very big fan of like, I want people to know like, hey, Robert, I really appreciate that. But I feel like I don't have thank you cards. I was like, Emma, I have to get thank you cards. And she's like, well, here's a couple. I was like, we're out. Now what? And we just used like from our wedding, the thank you cards for our wedding.
It's
so
outdated,
it still looks like our wedding. It kind of is, but it's like a text message kind of does that. But like, I feel like it's informal. And at work, I was like, all right, well, here you go. Thank you guys so much. And then I also thought like somebody thanked me for giving them a card. And I was like, that'd be funny if they wrote me a thank you card, thanking me for my thank you card. But then I had to write them a thank you card, thanking them for their thank you card, thanking me for my thank you card, for them giving me a gift. Like, just how many layers of it. Like, keep writing a thank you card that just keeps going back and forth. Like, all right, I'm going to write you 27. Thank you for the thank you card that I gave you, for the thank you card you gave me, that I gave you for a thank you card that you gave me.
That's if somebody wrote me a thank you card for a thank you card I gave them, I would immediately call and be like, what are you, an asshole? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Or are you just like super polite?
But if I'm lucky enough to get married, which that's a capital IF, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not doing it. I hope that whoever I marry will be fine to go along with me, because I don't care if people think I'm an asshole. Because some people will think that he didn't write thank you cards. That's an asshole move. I'm like, well, if you were at my wedding, it means you know me. You know I'm already kind of an asshole, and you know I'm not the kind of person that's going to reach out and do that. I barely like human interaction as is.
And the people that I work with are cool, but there's a lot of people like I work with, but like I don't talk to all the time. So like those people, it's like I feel like an asshole if I don't give people that like they bought me diapers. I don't fucking see you every day.
Just tell them.
It's a really cool thing. No, I do. And
just like post. Here's what you do.
The day of, I was like, thank you so much.
Post flyers around your office, and just be like, guys, listen. No, just be like, guys, listen.
Way weirder.
I appreciate what you guys did. I love all. I'm not writing thank you cards. It's a ridiculous thing. Just this is your thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm not cramping my hand. I haven't sat down. You understand the last time I actually sat down and wrote something? I'm not talking about like making notes or whatever, like to write 20, a letter.
I think I had like 20 something, which is crazy that many people cared to get me a gift. And I'm not saying that like I am not appreciative at all. But it's funny that when you're writing the thank you notes, I'm like, they're probably like cool with it. But then like I'm gonna feel like a dick if I don't give them a thank you card. And then you got to give some people a thank you card, so you give everybody a thank you card.
I would rather call everyone individually and thank them.
I'm just a polite guy. I'm just a polite guy. You know, that's just who I am. I want people to be like, Alex is a polite guy. He puts shopping carts back and he fucking writes thank you cards. But I know that my thank you card is going to be read and then probably like briefly appreciate it, and then like, okay, cool. Because to me, a thank you card is like, thank you. Like, I will sit down and spend this much time. I appreciate you giving me this much money's worth of something. Thank you.
But
this is me taking time to thank you for spending money on me.
I finally heard one good argument for not putting the shopping cart away. And it's if you have your children with you.
No, don't.
Hold on.
I know who the lady. I know the devil woman that you're talking about. She is Satan.
Well,
She is Satan.
No,
she is Satan and Hitler.
There's crazy people out there. And you don't want to be more than 10 feet away from your children.
Also, well, when you get your kids out of the car, you got to load them into the basket, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So if you have to take your kids out of the car and put them in the basket, then why don't you just put your groceries in your car, take your kids with you to the corral, unload your kids from the basket, and then take them to the car? Seems pretty simple. That's a one step fix. Also, just fucking either get your shit delivered or don't be a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit if you don't put your cart back.
All right, I got you back on my side. You got me back on your side. Fuck them kids.
You're a piece of shit. I'm the first thing when Elle can fucking walk. First thing we're gonna teach her. I'm gonna take her to a shop like a grocery store. I'm like, we're gonna practice putting these back.
Ooh, just get her Heelys.
I think doesn't HEB sell like miniature grocery carts? You
They
have
probably
practice
do.
like that.
Just I can build my own corral.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I'm against that though. This has never happened. But the first time a child hits me in the ankle with one of those small grocery carts is the day you're going to see a child go flying over the fucking aisles, because I will punt that kid across the store.
No, it's not for them pushing it around. It's like to play with. So like it would be like a toy that you would buy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about no, because I've seen like little ones that like they let.
Oh yeah, they probably do have those
store.
Too. No, my kid's a race car kid. I'm put her in the race car cart, dude. I've always wanted to ride one of those. We were too fucking like they came right after our generation. Robert, were you young enough to ride in the race car shopping?
I think we had them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did though.
I never got to. I was too old.
I might have been too big to fit in them. Is what it was.
And I felt like we were too old for like the like ride along like tractor like the like Jeeps. Like when you were a kid, you're like 4 or 5, and they have the little like, oh, this is a Jeep. You can sit in it with your friend. And I was like, fuck, I want to do that, but I was too old.
No, it wasn't a too old thing. It was that my parents had 3 other kids, and they were like, we're not fucking buying.
Maybe my parents would just say, yeah, we're not buying that.
My parents were like, we're not spending that money on you, asshole. You already play baseball year round, and you're 6.
Yeah, but I want a car that I can drive around the driveway with. Come on, Mom.
I just wanted to.
It's
play
worth
sports.
it.
I miss being a kid.
Thank you cards. They are. I know what you're gonna do. I know you're gonna throw it away, but it is just like here's time that I'm taking out to thank people for spending money on me. I don't know. They do feel like they're polite, but very meaningless in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I. By the way, guys, I never expect one. If I'm ever at anybody's wedding or shower,
Same.
Dude, Alex, don't ever write me a thank you card again.
Same. Don't write me a thank you card. I'm gonna write you guys thank you cards, but don't write me a thank you card. No, I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna do it. I won't write Pat a thank you card because Pat told me not to write him a thank you card. Dude, you know how like we had we had a wedding shower my mom made us throw. Love you, Mom. Thank you for doing that. And it was just like no gifts, please. No gifts. Like instead of doing that, be like, no thank you notes. There will be no thank you notes. So that's just like letting you know, like, hey, you don't have to get me a gift. I'm not going to send a thank you note. Because then they can't be like, I got you something. I didn't know if you got it.
Just end them. Really? I mean, see, we got to get the women to end it. Because that's who does it. If it was up to guys, we would have stopped this 60 years ago.
The flex I got to do was like, I was like, well, you know, my wife's 9 months pregnant. So I was like, hey, let me do this. And I was like, well, there are people you work with. And I was like, yeah, I'll write the thank you cards. But it looked like I was like, well, you know, I was just helping her out. So wrote these things.
Oh, you know what it would, if you had just gotten like, you know, the size of those giant checks, but one giant thank you card and just like put it in your lobby.
Fuck, that would have been good.
That would have been a good bit too.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like that.
Thank you
like
to
the big
all
card.
who contributed.
They're like when everybody throws in for a gift and they all sign their name on the card, like I just write everybody's name that I'm thanking.
Dude, or you get a regular
Thank you,
one.
so and so.
No, it's just a generic one that says thank you, and you hand it to somebody. You go, yeah, can you just pass that around?
Just pass it around anyway, please. Pass it on down.
That would be good.
That would be pretty good.
There's a couple ideas for your next one. Save some time.
Another thing I'm going to get into. This is something I purchased yesterday. On the Rod Ryan show, my good friend Rod Ryan was telling me about magnet fishing. So I did a little deep dive with him, and I spent $60 at a magnet fishing set. I bought.
So what is that?
So I have like a nylon rope, these gloves. I got this big old magnet that's gonna come with it. You attach it to the rope, you throw it in the water. Like we can go to the bayou, throw that bitch in the bayou, and it's just gonna. There's something magnetic. It's just gonna pull it up there, and maybe it's nothing. But like we were watching videos of dudes just pulling out guns, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna have so many guns.
For some reason, my dumb brain was like, how do you catch fish with magnets?
No. You're not catching fish. You're
yeah,
just
I get
trying
that now.
It's
dumb.
like a metal detector in the water, basically, without it beeping. And
especially around Houston, you're definitely gonna get some guns.
Dude, think how many guns? We got so many guns. I'm not even a gun guy yet. I could have 20 guns this time next week, whenever it gets in. I don't know. Amazon seems it's gonna take a week, 2-day shipping my ass.
Hey, just remember when if the government comes asking about them, you lost them in a boating accident. You don't have those guns anymore.
What guns? What guns?
There you go.
What's a gun? Never heard of those.
I mean, I definitely would not buy a gun off you if you found one, too. So
definitely,
like,
I would definitely never give you
that.
a gun if I were to find a gun, that I definitely haven't.
I want to go magnet fishing now.
You want a gun? Come over to my box of guns. It's just a cardboard box of guns that I found. Come check out my box of crime guns.
This is just turning into an It's Always Sunny episode.
That kind of gave me the idea of it, but I was just like, fuck it, dude. But this guy just kept pulling out shit, and like, I don't know. There was a group of people that pulled out like a safe, and the safe had a fuckload of money in it, and so they were trying to like go through the process of drying the money out, and I was like, I could just put L in college with like, Daddy found a safe. Daddy found a safe, though. No, that's true.
That's a plant.
I might have been, but also great plant.
I think it'd be funny if you found like a crutch, like somebody just threw somebody's crutch into the river.
Oh, we'll find. Dude, you just pick a Saturday. I got a baby Bjorn. I'll throw L on that bad boy. Throwing magnets over the thing. We'll raise her a fisherman.
And if we're lucky, we'll see some of those Houston River otters.
Oh, maybe we play with some river otters.
We could catch one, keep it as a pet.
Or teach it how to magnet fish so it does all the work for us.
Or like it goes underneath the water and like comes up and tells you the spots to throw the magnet.
Yeah, he could be like Apu. That's Apu in Aladdin, right?
Apu, wasn't he Simpsons?
What was the
monkey
on Aladdin?
Abu.
Okay, so that was close. That wasn't crazy. Abu, like that dude would like he'd run across him like there's bread right here, Aladdin. Steal that bread from that guy.
Yeah,
like,
but as much as I've always wanted,
they'd be like, dude, there's 2 guns here.
As much as I've always wanted a monkey, they will rip your face off, and then either you have to put them in a diaper, which is gross because then you have to clean it, or they shit all over your house. A river otter?
It shits in the river.
Dude, you just get a pool, like a kiddie pool. Poop
or
in there.
It, like works for us, so he keeps going down. Or not works for us, works with us because he's our buddy. He or she is our buddy, and it just goes down to the river and it brings us back cool shit that it finds.
I mean, I'm Googling it. I assume we have to be able to own otters in Texas because tigers are legal.
Yeah, Texas is, you can own anything. What would we name it?
Oh, you need a permit?
I can get you a permit.
Oh, sorry, I lost my otter in a boating accident.
I can get you a permit in like no time. I got a guy, works for the Department of Sanitation, also Human Resources. His name's Frankie Ocho. I'll give him a call. You need an auto license? I got you an auto license tomorrow.
Same thing for beavers, raccoons, foxes, and nutrias. That's bullshit.
You never know if they can't find it.
But I can own a fucking tiger.
I think you probably have to have something for that too.
I mean, you would think so. Okay, yeah, it does say you need a permit. Bobcats. I am a bobcat. I should be able to own one.
But that's the
bullshit.
thing, because every time there's like a random wild animal that gets loose in Houston, they're like, wow, this guy didn't even have a permit to keep the tiger. Like, yeah. I don't think many people do have permits to get tigers. They're just crazy people that just go get tigers. The kind of guy that's just going to go get a tiger is probably the kind of guy that's going to be cool skipping the whole permit process of getting
It's something.
tigers.
It has something to do with them being what they call a fur bearer. But you know what? Dogs seem like fur bearers to me. Why can I own that?
Dog. It's a water dog.
Hey, big government, why don't you stay out of my fucking pet owning process?
Otters are just the dogs of water.
They're they're water puppies.
Water dogs.
Ooh. That would be great if the water dog symbol was just an otter. Just
That was my
people.
favorite lacrosse team until it moved to Philadelphia. So now they are no longer my favorite lacrosse team. Moving on though, I did have one last thing for the pre-cum segment that I thought was a pretty good idea. Just gonna pitch out there. It's gas trucks. I know gas trucks are a thing. I understand that like that's how gas gets delivered to gas stations. I'm trying to think of a different way. There's always the joke of like, man, my wife left me with no gas in the car. I got to work and realized I don't got any gas. Maybe people don't have time to get gas, but what if we had like a catering to a luxury crowd, just like gas delivery van? So they basically just show up and gas up your car while you're working or while you're doing something. You got to go to the kids' ball game. You're like, hey, I'm at softball right now, and I get my son to baseball right after this. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. You just call this company. This company shows up, and then they fill up your tank, and they peace out. It probably costs a little bit more. Let's think DoorDash. You throw a little fee on top of it for them coming all the way out to you, obviously. And again, think luxury, like Alto, where it's like, I don't know what they do differently than Uber, but it seems expensiver. You do that. I saw that there's like a glass repair place. No free ads, so I'm not gonna say them. But on TV, they always advertise like, oh, I was at my kid's baseball game or basketball game, and we got a chip on the windshield, and this guy came and he fixed it. And I was like, oh, they don't have to, like, you don't have to go to a car repair place. What if gas just came to you?
I've got actually a good business model for this too. You just drive up and down all the businesses that are like right on I-10. You hit them at lunchtime. So when people are going, because they're like, listen, I need to get gas. If I fill up right now, I won't have to fill up as I'm leaving work and sit in I-10 like rush hour traffic even longer. I can get on the road while other suckers are. It's not a bad idea. There's a lot of businesses right around where I work where I bet we could clean up with that shit.
So yeah, so that was my first thing was like the delivery van, like the vehicle delivery where you just show up and it basically plugs in to your car and it fills it up. And then taco truck method was the other one where it's just like pop up gas stations, and you would do something like that where you'd go to like where a taco truck would pull into.
Oh, you mean
like
a gas station?
Right, but like a taco truck can pop up anywhere. So
no,
like,
I mean that's where I see a lot of taco trucks is at gas stations.
Right, but also like it could be anywhere. Like, hey, you could go to your office, like you were just saying, like, hey guys, I'm gonna be here. If any of you guys on your break want to come fill up real fast, I'm gonna be out here until this time. I think that would be like if somebody at my office was like, hey, from this time to this time, we're gonna be here filling up cars. You can come fill up here, or you can fill up on the way home. I'd be like, I'd rather fill up here and then go straight home.
Here's an idea. We contact and work with different valet companies around the city, and we work with them. So like, okay, while your car is valeted, we can also top off your tank for you while you're eating dinner.
This is the better word for it. Valet gas is the way we need to brand this.
Yeah, valet gas.
Gas trucks was just the first thing I thought of because I was like, well, you could just take truck with the gas, plug it in. That's how it works. Valet gas sounds classy. It sounds cool. And then you could have pop-up gas, which is the taco truck method that I said out there, where it's just like, oh, okay, cool, we're gonna be out here.
I think we mix it with the valet company. We do valet gas. We'll park your car and also top you off, but also the truck is just out front, so other people driving by can be like, dude, can you top me off? The gas station down the street is full. Fuck yeah, I can.
Valet gas is the way of the future. Verbal trademark. Nobody else can do this.
Oh, we're brilliant. We really are very smart people.
I was like, when I saw the auto glass repair thing, I was like, why doesn't gas do that? Gas should do that. And then planes can do that. Have you fucking seen those crazy videos of a plane refueling where another plane flies up next to it and they put the tube into it and they're both still flying and the other plane flies away? Pretty wild stuff. I'm not saying we got to be driving, refueling at the same time. This is Mad Max. But like, if you could just have somebody fill it. Like I used to have at the old building that we worked at, Robert, they had that weird valet car wash thing that was like, we'll just wash your car, but you got to drop it off here at this time. And you just leave it in like a certain level of the parking lot and they would wash it and then just bill you for it. And I was like, that's pretty clutch. If they would just fill my car up, that takes no time. Just pop your gas thing. That's all you got to do, I guess. You would just schedule it and they'd be like, make sure your gas thing is popped.
That's great. Yeah, dude, I would totally go for that.
Done. All right, we're gonna be millionaires off of that and magnet fishing.
All right,
we'll be so rich. And would you bring it, buddy?
I have someone else to add to the Man Hall of Fame. Are you familiar with the name Marvin Heemeyer? You won't remember his name, but I bet you do remember the term killdozer. And yesterday was the 20-year anniversary of this man being a goddamn American hero. So for people that don't know, this was 20 years ago in Colorado. This guy owned, what was it, a muffler repair shop. For whatever reason, the dickheads down at City Hall didn't like this fucking guy. So then they blocked access on the street down to his shop. He keeps going back and forth with them. They block the sewage lines to his shop. Then they start fining him for not having sewage lines to his shop. And this guy tried every legal resource he could. He was arguing with City Hall at every meeting. He was going through lawyers. Nothing would get done. They were basically trying to shut down his shop and put him out of business. So being a great man of ingenuity and brilliance that he was, he decided, well, I can rent a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And I can cover that son of a bitch in concrete to where no bullets can penetrate me. And he decided to take that bulldozer and he went down, drove it down the street, and he wrecked City Hall. He tore down the former mayor's house before finally he got stuck in a hardware shop and decided to end it there. We'll just say it politely that way. But this
Did he
guy,
kill anybody?
No, zero casualties other than himself. He did it the right way. You know what? When the government fucks you over, what do? You tear down the government building and you take your rights back as an American citizen.
Big January 6th guy, huh?
Oh, he decided to send him. Hey, he didn't hurt anybody. He sent a clear message. He was a symbol of what Americans stand for in freedom. And for that, Marvin Heemeyer, you were being added to the Man Hall of Fame.
So who else is in the Man Hall of Fame?
The other person in the Man Hall of Fame, we only have two right now. It was the Mets fan who got kicked out for inciting a riot on Dollar Dog Night because he was eating so many hot dogs.
Okay. You actually, yeah. I'm really proud of you right there because I fully asked that, expecting you not to have an answer for me. So the fact that you are keeping up with the Man Hall of Fame, I think you are keeping up with that until you lose that notepad. Proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
Maybe
it's my online.
Okay,
it's my online.
Yeah, maybe maybe make sure you had a backup.
But Marvin Heemeyer, fucking American hero as far as I'm concerned.
All right, is that all you brought?
Yeah, that's all I had. Yesterday, 20-year anniversary
segment. Solid Precome segment. Let's move on to the Comeback Kid segment. Tell you what's back in the news according to us. Actually, before we do that, we're gonna spin the wheel of random teams. We're gonna say how many guys we can name. Right, you ready? We're gonna pick a random American. We're spinning the wheel of random American franchises, and we're gonna have to name as many dudes as we can from the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid.
Wayne Gretzky.
Dwayne Rollison, Rolly the goalie.
Glenn Coffey.
Glenn Coffey was a good one. Leon Draisaitl.
Oh, that's where I was gonna go. Stuart Skinner.
But
yeah, we always said we weren't going to do the modern ones, and you've done 2 of 3.
Yeah, okay, well then, fuck it. All right, it's the Oilers. It's Canada. We don't want Canada to win the cup anyway.
And it's
so
super far north.
Let's just get with that.
Yeah,
No.
yes, we do though.
No.
So you're rooting for Dallas? Alex is rooting for Dallas.
Hey, buddy, Dallas ain't in it.
Oh fuck, that's right. They beat Dallas.
Yeah.
Sorry, my head's all spun around.
You think I'd fucking root for Dallas? Yeah, root for Dallas.
Yeah,
God,
I actually
please.
don't think I'm going to place any bets on this series. I can't get a feel for it.
Yeah, I've stopped betting just because it was tough towards the end of like the conference finals, and baseball is hard to bet this year, and it's miserable.
I'm actually, I got to start saying, I'm probably on my best baseball streak betting of my life right now. I'm doing real good betting sports right now.
All right, we'll talk gambling, but side note.
Yeah. Basically, it's just you bet the White Sox to lose by 1.5 every
not
day.
that. My cheat has been, and it cashed on Saturday when I went to the Astros game Saturday. Framber Valdez under on strikeouts. If it's under 5.5, he's only hit it twice this year. He's only not been under 5.5 strikeouts twice this year. So if you can get Framber Valdez under 5.5 strikeouts, take it. Of course, that's gonna stop now that I've told people about it. But Saturday night, I was like, let's fucking go. And then I also put $100 on the Champions League. Somebody was like, Borussia Dortmund over 3.5 corners. They've never not hit that this season in the Champions League. And I was like, fucking say no more. And it was the first bet of the day. And I was like, I'm going to this Astros game. I'm just going to throw a hundy on Borussia Dortmund and just see how it goes. They hit fucking like 5 corners in the first half. It was fucking easy. It was so easy. So I'm walking into Minute Maid with $100 cash, basically ready to go. And then Framber just smashes that under. It was awesome. Framber under strikeouts. And that's the end of our gambling talk. I'm sorry, those of you that don't care.
But you should. It's fun.
What you should also care about is Pass the Gravy merch, because we got the best merch store on the planet. It is summer. Summertime is here, guys. Go to PassTheGravyMerch.com. It's time to be in the pool. Maybe you're peeing in pools. And by peeing, we mean listening to Pass the Gravy podcast in pools. Go get that shirt. The pool party tee. We got the Ladlettes North America Gravy Tour shirt. That's awesome. And then they have the poster version of that. Those are also available in tank tops as well. I like the Gravy Gang Sun shirt and tank top too. The Pass the Gravy available wherever cassettes are sold shirt. We got the Gravy Gang Sun hat, dad hat too. That's pretty awesome. You can get stickers, a brand new sticker pack, the PTG Icy shirt. You want to get that? We were just talking Icies. PTG Icies. It is shorts season. Go get the logo shorts for Pass the Gravy. They're super duper comfortable. The tie-dye hat, very summery. Go stock up on all your PTG gear. It's awesome, and that's how we keep Robert around. You know, maybe we can get roadies if you guys buy enough merch, huh? PassTheGravyMerch.com. It's summer, guys. Go out there. Get something you like. Get something that's nice. Support the people that you listen to, right? We're not ever asking you. We never ask you to subscribe to anything that costs anything. That's always subscribe to our free YouTube channel. Subscribe to our free podcast. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have a paywall. We will never do anything like that. We're just asking you, hey, you want to support us? Go buy a t-shirt. You get a cool shirt to wear around. Then it helps us, keep the web hosting fees down, so we're not just paying that out of pocket. It helps us keep Robert around, so Robert doesn't just go get a wandering eye. Joe Rogan's been trying to snipe him from us for years, and if you guys are buying Pass the Gravy merch stuff, then Robert might go to Joe Rogan's podcast. So please help us out.
Me a lot.
He has been. He's been trying to hit me up and be like, "I'm coming for you, bitch. I'm taking
just
you,
promise
dude."
If he sends you some elk meat, share it with me.
Might be poisoned elk meat for us.
Oh, Joe,
Gotta be careful. Gotta
he
be
wouldn't
careful.
taint the meat.
PassTheGravyMerch.com. If you get anything, tag us at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let us know you're supporting the podcast. You can cross out like your address and all that stuff, but just send us your order when you get it. And then when you got your gear, send us a picture of you in it and we'll retweet it. We'll give you a shout out on the next podcast. PassTheGravyMerch.com. PassTheGravyMerch.com, the official merch store of Pass the Gravy Podcast and the official sponsor of the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first comeback kid is Pride. Are you guys prideful? I'm priding it up this month.
Pride.
It is
So
Pride Month. Fuck yeah, dude. My favorite month of the year. Pride Month. That's why
I personally like Manuary.
My daughter's being born in Pride Month. That's why it's my favorite month of the year. I was like, Emma, not any other month. It's got to be Pride
You should
Month.
see if she could
Let
just
them know
hold
that
off
I'm an ally.
like one more month. July's a better month.
No, not Pride Month. It's not Pride Month. Not Pride Month. But then because it is Pride Month, I did think of a merch idea. We would obviously, I'm just gonna get out ahead of it. We would donate 100% of the proceeds from these shirts to an ally referral, like LGBTQ, whatever. I don't know. Find a charity, Robert. But hear me out. Pride Boys shirts. We got the Proud Boys. We just have Pride Boys.
I think we should make Proud Boy shirts. Because hear it out. Pride isn't for us, but we're proud of them.
No, we're the
So
Pride
maybe it even
Boys.
says,
We're
like-
allies during Pride Week.
It's a rainbow
Pride month.
shirt, and it says like proud, and then in small print of you, and then big print boys. So it's like rainbow Proud Boy shirts. So it's kind of mocking them.
So that's not what I had.
They're probably not
envisioned.
down with it.
It's the shirt that I had. They have like what like it's like a Greek thing where it'll be like what is the flower things that the Greeks have? It's like a leaf. It's like I don't know. The Proud Boys logo is just this like weird little like Greek leaf that goes around P and B and a skull. And I just had a skull with a gas mask that was just rainbow colored, and then it had the little leaf around it. And I was thinking maybe we go that because it looks hardcore, but also like pride.
Okay. I think we can come up with some other ones too. But I like that.
Also,
one.
rainbow
Happy
bulletproof
Pander month.
vests.
What if
That's a Pride Boys thing that we could just pride it up.
Proud
Boys,
we're gonna get
pride it
C
up.
and D really quick on this one, real quick. But if we
They
did
don't
like
own the word pride.
No, I'm saying if we did Happy Pander Month and then just put the logo of everybody that we can find on Twitter that changed their logo to a rainbow flag.
Did we change our YouTube logo? Go look at our YouTube logo. It's always been the rainbow color because we didn't change it that one time. We did change it.
We never changed it back.
I think Robert. I think one of the podcasts like years ago. I was like right when we got the YouTube. I was like, Robert, make sure that our YouTube has the rainbow flag on it. Make sure we make a rainbow pass through Gavy logo. And like if you go look at because I had to log into our YouTube account the other day. Because Robert was gone and he said it was the episode name was Boardwalk Empire and I had to change it to Broadwalk Empire and I had to like go log in and I was like, oh yeah, it does still have the rainbow thing. This is super. Look at us.
I hope so.
We don't ever change it year round. We're prideful.
I hope someone gets mad about it and you can just be like, hey, dipshit, it's been that way forever.
Well, they would have been mad about it by now. But
No,
they can't get mad that we care.
Well, I was just saying if they know that, like, oh, look at you guys pandering for Pride Month, be like, hey, dipshit, it was the same way last month. We're proud all the time.
Every month. It's been the same way for like 5 years.
We love our gays.
Dude, we're the biggest allies. Nobody's a bigger ally than us.
Do we have any gay listeners? I'm actually wondering about that right now. Statistically, we've got to have one. Yeah. But also, would you be shocked if we had zero?
I would be shocked.
Just statistically, yeah.
I think we cater to a mostly gay audience. I would say. I think we're a very gay-friendly podcast.
Your sister listens on occasion, doesn't she, Pat?
Oh,
highly doubt it.
No,
I would be shocked if my sister has ever seen anything more than an Instagram clip of what we've done. My mom listens.
Listening. If she's seen an Instagram clip, she is a listener.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That counts.
Show us. No. So this month for Pride Month, guys,
actually, if we make any shirts and you want to donate the proceeds, I'm sure she can put us in the direction.
Yes,
of
show us a charity. But send us show us a video of you getting your gay friend to watch a YouTube clip of us, and then just hashtag ally.
Show them this clip.
Hey. No, not this clip.
Hey.
Any clip.
Look at me in the camera right now. I love you gays.
I do too.
I love all the gays.
I love you more than
actually, not all of them. Not all of them. Because I'm sure some of them are Cowboys fans. So fuck you. And Bears fans.
But we don't not like you because of we don't not like you because of you being gay. We don't like you because we don't like you because you like the Cowboys. And we like you. We don't like that you like the Cowboys.
There actually probably are a decent amount of Bears fans now.
There's always been a decent amount of Bears fans. But yeah. Shout out to Pride. Shout out to Pride. And if you're going to bitch about Pride Month, if anybody's out here even thinking about bitching about Pride Month, I saw one dude that was like, oh, why do we have to do this? Well, the military doesn't get Pride. Why don't we have a military month? And it was like, bitch, it was just military appreciation. Literally, it was just military appreciation month. Yeah, dude.
I had no idea.
Yeah, dude. USAA was telling me every commercial that they ran. It's military appreciation month. You got to know your own months if you're going to bitch. And then I replied to that dude. I was like, buddy, you had Manuary. Shut the fuck up. And that is our job. We say that every year at the beginning of the year. Every Manuary, we say, fellas, this is our month. If I hear or see any of you guys bitching about other months, well, they get a month. You got a month too. Shut the fuck up. You get the first month of the year. Everybody's allowed to be celebrated. Everybody should be celebrated. Everybody should feel happy celebrating who they are.
Not everybody should be celebrated.
The Cowboys should not be celebrated. But other than that,
Hitler.
Sports. Okay. Yeah, fair. You get what I'm saying, though.
Stalin.
You get what I'm saying.
Dak Prescott.
You get what I'm saying. Don't fucking ruin people's Pride Month. All right, guys. Happy Pride Month. Moving on. Next thing we got is women's basketball. It's fucking back, dude. The WNBA, man, it's so fucking back. I win one fantasy championship in WNBA fantasy basketball, and I basically like who really brought the WNBA into mainstream media? Is it Caitlin Clark or me?
Oh, you mean Angel Reese?
Angel Reese too, and Trinity Carter.
Which, by the way, how bad did her parents hate her?
What do you mean?
You named your child Kennedy. Like, in the delivery room, the nurse was like, you mean Kennedy? And they were like, no, Kennedy. And they're like, you fucking dick.
Well, I know her parents hated her. You guys gonna love this one. Ready? Ask me why.
Why did her parents hate her?
Because they sent her to Texas A&M.
I
don't know. But dude, WNBA, very hot right now. It is Stanley Cup final week. It is NBA Finals week. And it is Wednesday when we are recording this. And every day I have ESPN on just in the background at work. And it's been all fucking Caitlin Clark WNBA talk. It's like there's two finals going on. I'm not saying the WNBA isn't important to talk about, but like it does seem like it's more of WWE headlines. It's turning into the WWE. And I'm not hating that at all. But like, let's just like embrace it. Let's let them fight. Caitlin Clark did almost get murdered, though. Caitlin Clark almost did get murdered, and I feel like we have to stand up for our queen. Who's your queen? Is your GOAT Caitlin Clark or is your GOAT Angel Reese? We have to pick sides on this podcast.
I think nobody's gonna be shocked to hear me say it's Caitlin Clark.
Oh wow, why?
Because she rains fucking threes and doesn't bitch about everything all the time, and isn't delusional.
It is funny that we were anti-Caitlin Clark when the whole like court storming thing happened, and then people have just hated on Caitlin Clark so much. I'm like, fucking, we are so back on Caitlin Clark.
I don't think I was ever anti-Caitlin Clark.
Well, we were like, oh, she's a flopper. Wow, is she a problem? And then like when she got drafted, everybody's like, she's never gonna make it. I hope she fucking does.
Also, and people want to be like, say, oh, it's a race thing. Yes. It's a white girl fucking raining threes from the logo of the WNBA.
Wait,
you don't ever see that.
No, Caitlin Clark's not white.
It's what people like. They only like her because she's white. Why do you think people liked Larry Bird way back in the day? It's when you see a white person awesome at basketball, you're like, holy shit, look at that.
It's sort of like Christian McCaffrey. Like
representation matters, guys. I've been hearing it for years.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey just signed a fucking massive deal, and it was like a white running back. What?
Oh, you guys only care about what's his name because he's a white cornerback. Yeah, it's a novelty. People like that.
Yeah,
shit.
Cooper DeJean, dude. It doesn't happen, man.
I already forgot his name, Cooper DeJean.
It doesn't happen a lot. We're not hating on anybody else. We're just like, this is interesting to see.
Nobody dislikes Angel Reese and likes Caitlin Clark. Or not nobody. There's definitely racists.
People definitely do.
But like, that's not why people dislike Angel Reese and like Caitlin. We like Caitlin Clark because you're like, holy shit, that white girl just shot it from 45 feet out. That's crazy. And then Angel Reese is just, they've become rivals from school and everything. And then just Angel Reese being the saltiest motherfucker ever. Why does she get the attention? Because nobody would care about your sport if not for her. That's why.
Yeah. And
not saying she's the best in the league.
Look, I'm not like jealous
but
of
she's
Caitlin
fun
Clark,
to watch.
but like you got up and were like the only person on your team's bench to like stand up and clap when she got like run over by.
What's the only exciting thing that can happen in the WNBA?
Caitlin
really
Clark
far shots. No, I'm just saying shooting from really far and just draining threes. Because
dunks would be cool.
They can't do that though.
But if they did do dunks would be sicker.
Like someone said it today. I can't remember who I was listening to, but it was lower the rim. That would be lower the rim to 9 feet.
No.
We can actually see it.
No, just jump higher.
But they can't.
They can.
They can
slam
actually
ball. Slam ball.
Here's how you know that they can't. They actually can count the number of dunks that have happened in the history of their league. I believe it's 28. It's just not exciting. What did it stop recording or something? Yeah, I hear. Do you not hear me?
It's recording. We're recording right now. I don't know. I think we're going through some technical.
Oh, yep.
I can see you. I can see you. Up. All right.
I still hear you, but you froze for a minute. Hold on. I'm checking. No, I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi out of nowhere.
Okay,
sorry, I loaded out to check my Wi-Fi to make sure. I don't know.
But the WNBA is like this is the most it's ever been talked about, and it's good that it's being talked about. But if it's just talked about as like players having beef, like that's good. You had to have Larry and Magic to kind of like transition from like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ages of the game. You had to kind of have that to keep the NBA going. And if you want to have this going, you gotta have like a villain, and Angel Reese needs to play the part of the villain, or somebody needs to be a villain, but you gotta like shift from who's having beef with who to let's talk about what's going on the court. It's got to be entertaining. And that's really the next step for the WNBA. I'm not saying they're not going to get there. But I also would love a WWE version of the WNBA as well.
Yeah, I mean, have you started to wonder how many more weeks? Like how much longer are people going to pay attention?
I don't know. My brother texted me the other day. I was going to meet up with him to go to that Astros game I was talking about. And he was like, bro, you're missing Caitlin Clark. And I was in an Uber and I was like, bitch, you think I didn't have that on my phone? And I was watching on my phone in an Uber. I was watching Caitlin Clark on my phone in an Uber. Don't say people don't watch the WNBA now.
This is what's going to be funny.
Girl dad, soon to be at least. So like, I got to watch Caitlin Clark.
Is all these other jealous girls in the league that are talking shit about her when they don't make the playoffs, they're going to be like, see, she can't even lead her team. And then the WNBA playoffs are going to happen, and there's going to be 12 people watching. Like the actual ratings will show 12. And then they're all going to have to realize, oh shit, maybe we do need her.
Yeah.
Nobody, like once she's gone, like once it gets to the playoffs, it's not going to happen. Like there'll still be some people watching. There's the residual of people, but then when nothing's exciting is happening in the game, and then the championship game, I'm sure, or the championship series, some people will watch, but it's just, I'm going to laugh if by next year they cancel the charter flights. Like, listen, it just doesn't financially make sense.
I feel like they're not going to cancel the charter flights now.
What if it? But I wonder, do you think this will be the first year they turn a profit?
Maybe.
That's what that.
I mean, charter flights are going to cost a lot of money.
That's what will be really funny if at the end of the year they pull the numbers and they go, listen, if not for the charter flights, we would have pulled a profit, but for the 23rd consecutive year, we lost money on this league.
I'm rooting for them as a hashtag girl dad, but
I watched like 5 minutes of a Caitlin Clark game, which is
it's
5 more than I've ever watched.
Also, back this week, is porn, because X, did you see this? I don't know if you saw this one, Pat. X is just officially being like, look, porn's cool now, dude. You can just post porn on X, even though that had already kind of been a thing.
Yeah, I've
Like,
accidentally opened up lots of shit.
we've said it multiple times in this podcast. It's like, hey, fellas, you can people see what you like on Twitter. And we would say that as like a PSA to some of our friends that maybe we know that, like, hey, if you like the video of that girl sucking somebody off, like, that's fine. We're not kink shaming here, but just know that, like, when you hit like on Twitter, that everybody else can see that you liked that. And so sometimes people didn't realize that, and I think maybe they would use Twitter as like a porn site, and then it'd be like Robert used to always, it'd be like, dude, Robert, another fucking bukkake video, bro. Like, you were liking all the bukkake videos, and Robert was like, oh shit, you can see that, and then Robert doesn't like those anymore. He probably looks at them. I'm sure he glances at them, but he just doesn't hit the like button because you can see him. Now X is just straight up like, yeah, no, like, as long as it's two consenting adults, we're cool with it. They might have to put like some sort of disclaimer thing on it, but yeah, it's the Wild West. And I think this is the dangerous part that Twitter got into, where it was trying to be so anti Facebook and Instagram and everything else. They're like, look, they're censoring stuff, dude. You can't censor stuff. And Elon's like, we're not going to censor shit. And then porn came up and he was like, all right, we got to go to the drawing board with this. And like, we have to have some reasonings. Like, what are we going to allow porn? Is that fine? And they're like, okay, it's got to be consensual. It's got to be this. So they put all their guidelines for it. And now she's like, yep, you can just see porn on the feed.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened before. It's happened before to me when I was at work. You're just scrolling Twitter and then you hit the show hidden replies because sometimes they just hide stuff, and
just
all of a sudden
getting rammed,
or it just pops up and she is giving the most aggressive blowjob you've ever seen in your life. And you're like, whoa, I am surrounded by people.
Hey guys, did you see this home run last night? Hold on, let me show you. Oh, no. I wasn't looking at that. That was Twitter. It was just Twitter.
I got to show you the top comment, and you hit comments, and it's just graphic pornography.
Yeah, I follow Ava Adams, but that's just for a fantasy football advice. Duh.
Lisa Ann has been doing fantasy football work for at least 10 years now.
Lisa Ann.
I've been following Asa Akira since she was working at Barstool, guys. It has nothing to do with her other career.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I guess now it's going to be. Does this mean I just can't show hidden replies anymore?
Unless you're like feeling really horny.
I mean, usually.
Maybe that you're always going to want to hit it because you're just like, hell yeah, tits.
Actually, probably what it'll be is I'll be scrolling next to my boss. I'll be like, hey, check it out. I'm going to hit hidden replies and see what we get.
Oh, ooh, that'd be a good game. That'd be a good game.
Is it going to be, are we going to see graphic porn up front, or is it going to be nudes in bio? What do you?
I think they're going to have a little teaser video to get you subscribing. Get that like 5-second teaser to be like, subscribe. You subscribe in the next 15 minutes and you're going to get 10% off my OF page.
Here's my nipple. Hit subscribe to see my brown eye.
So shout out to Twitter or X. You just changed it back to Twitter.
Porn just really is unstoppable to get for children now. Like there's nothing you can do as a parent anymore.
We also got a porn in the wild, sort of, the other day. We remember, I think it goes back to there's a Sugar Bowl that UT played in college football, and you had the lady, they were showing Bourbon Street, and she just flashed the camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it's just nice to see one out there randomly. There was an Edmonton Oilers girl that just flashed the crowd when they won. I think, like, hey, hell yeah.
I think she tipped the scales for me. I think you got to go for Edmonton after that, right? Those were, I mean, all-time great boobs.
Well, I respect all women's boobs, obviously, Pat.
Doesn't mean you can't rank them.
They were fantastic, but I would prefer American boobs over Canadian boobs every day. As a patriot myself.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little research on the two.
Yeah, just Google those and then
do a hand-to-hand comparison.
Next comeback kid we got this week is Eminem. Eminem is back again, guys. He put out a new song and an awesome video called Houdini. he's taking shots at people all in the video, and it's kind of Without Me style. If you remember the Without Me video, it's just like him mocking that, but updating it. Like the OnlyFans girls are in it instead of the porn stars. Where the first rendition of it, he's got like a Bud Light whole bit that he does. He's talking about RuPaul. I thought it's like you go a while without listening to Eminem, and then Eminem puts out something, and you're just like, "Fuck, he's really good at rapping."
I mean, he's M, dude. Forever will be one of the goats. I still haven't listened. I've seen like clips of it, but I just haven't sat down to actually watch the whole thing. But I mean, yeah, dude, it's M. Maybe if he put like I just don't really listen to rap anymore. It's really what it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't listen to shit anymore. Even all the country guys that I love, I never go search out their music. I've hit the age where it's like where our dads that used to be get in the car and you want to listen to radio, they're like, we're listening to sports talk. And you're like, ugh. Now it's that, but it's just podcasts.
I am that guy.
It's just podcasts for me now. That's all I listen to.
Does anybody's kid hate like when are we that? There's no way you're driving around with your kids in the car.
God, I don't want to listen to Joe Rogan again.
No, but like, is anybody's kids like, oh, I don't care about Alex's opinion. Not everything's a fucking boomerang, dude.
I don't think a lot of them put us on in front of their kids with the amount that I say cunt.
Well, maybe they're trying to mold minds, teach them at an early age.
That would be great, though, if like there is a third grader out there who's like, my science project is one. Everything is a boomerang. Whether it's a good boomerang is up for debate.
We would absolutely help with any students that are listening to this podcast that need help on that. I will offer my just undivided attention for that project.
You will just then be drafted into Gravy Tech. Child division.
Yeah. And then you'll be working for us. But it's fine. It's fine. So Eminem's back. Our last comeback kid of the week. It's been a minute since we got to do this one. Emo of the week. We got an emo of the week. And it is the New York Giants tight end, probably soon to be ex-tight end, Darren Waller. He and his wife, also WNBA player, Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces, they got a divorce, or they announced they were getting a divorce a couple weeks ago. And Darren Waller moonlights, I guess, as a rapper. Is that the best way to say it? He also raps as well as playing football. I wouldn't say as well as playing football. Along with playing football, Darren Waller raps. I sent you guys the video. And it's not good. It's not good. Not good at all.
I got about 20 seconds into it and I had to stop.
It's very auto-tuned. It's not good. It's not good. But his whole video is basically about like a breakup, and like it's every like in college I had to make a music video project for a video class I was in, and it was like if you're trying to interpret a song, you're like, oh, this means this, so this is broken. Like he's hugging a girl on the beach, and then she pulls a knife out of his back, and he's bleeding out of his back because he got stabbed in the back, and then it ends with him falling onto the sand and like waves washing up on him as like the song ends. It is called, hold on, it's called Who Knew by Darren Waller. Go look that up. It's on YouTube.
Well, it's Who Knew parentheses her perspective.
Her perspective, which he wrote it, so it should be his perspective. We don't want to ask pronouns, not in Pride Month. But Darren Waller did also post. I got semi like comment viral where Darren Waller had posted a video on Saturday of him just sitting outside, and he was just like riffing or whatever, talking. He was like, who y'all want me to collab with next? And long story short, the Giants had a shitty wide receiver named Kadarius Toney, who is the best at dropping passes in the NFL, and now he plays for the Chiefs, and he's won 2 Super Bowls despite doing nothing for that. He's also a rapper, and so he was like, who should I collab with? And the Giants essentially traded Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller. I was like, oh, Kadarius Toney. And so then that just kept getting like every day that just gets more and more likes, and people have been like, don't. I thought it would get me blocked, but it was fine. But yeah, I'm kind of past Darren Waller at this point. Kind of past Darren Waller. And he's the emo of the week. Like, dude, you didn't show up to team OTAs. Maybe show up to those instead of rap. I don't fucking know. Darren Waller, emo of the week. And that's me showing you I'm big enough to like my own guys. Even my own guys, I'll put on emo of the week. You being emo, nobody's safe. Emo of the week, Darren Waller.
Just because you have the money to write and produce a song and music video and put it out on your own, don't. You shouldn't. Like, unless somebody else wants to produce your music, like, you got talent, let's do this. Don't. You're not good. It's bad. If your entire song has to be auto-tuned because you can't sing at all, like T-Pain did it as like a device, like a different sound, so he could be different, and nobody else was doing it except for Cher, and it worked. T-Pain can actually sing really, really well. Darren Waller is just bad. I didn't even know before this. He's been putting out songs for a couple of years.
Oh, years, and they're all pretty bad.
Horrible.
Yo, you didn't tell me what you feel. Well, how am I feeling like it's your heart to steal? That's like his rhymes. You're like, I feel like you're making them up.
I would love to hear someone take away the auto-tune. Like, show me the audio track without the auto-tune and let's see what he sounds like. It's probably horrible. I feel bad for the audio engineer.
He might have a lot more time to focus on his rap career if he retires. The Giants do not expect it back. I saw yesterday. What do you guys got? That was the last kid I had.
I had two. I wanted to bring back. I know I had brought this up weeks ago about wanting to do a joke of the week every week. It's probably good that I don't until I find it. No, you're gonna like this one's wholesome. It's a good one for everybody. How do you get a country girl to marry you?
I don't know, Pat. How?
A tractor. Fuck you. That's a great joke. That is a great joke. I don't know how you're not laughing your ass off. That is a great joke. People all over the interwebs are cracking up as they just heard that right now. Or someone just crashed their car because they were like, ugh. But fuck you. That's a great joke. My other one, comeback kid of the week, is baseball. More specifically, betting on baseball. Okay, so by the way, had you heard of this guy's name at all before this came out,
Nope.
Alex? No. So, Tucupita Marcano is the best I can pronounce it. Got a lifetime ban for gambling. As far as I know, he's the second person ever. Has anybody else besides Pete Rose ever gotten that ban?
Shohei Ohtani did what he did, but he did not get banned for it. That's weird.
So, yeah.
Wait, does he play? He plays for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Oh, but this guy doesn't. Okay, all right. You're right. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe if it was Paul Skeens, he would have got away with it, but he didn't. Also, just as embarrassing as it must be to get banned from baseball for life for betting on it, I think the bigger story that's more embarrassing for him is that he only won, what was it, 4.3% of his bets?
Yeah, that's what you texted me. You're like, dude, look at how many, look at what his winning percentages was, and it was less than 5%, and that is maybe more embarrassing.
I felt good about myself as a gambler after that. I was like, I'm not the worst. We have factual evidence now that there is somebody else. Oh, you can track yours?
I have an app. So just in this app alone, lifetime. Oh, I can see how many bets I've placed. That'll show you how weird I am. 5.8 thousand total bets I've entered into this.
And your winning percentage is?
Fuck. Keep going, Pat.
Okay, but anyway, he wasn't the only one. There was 4 other players. They were only given a year suspension. So I guess good for that, warning shot across the bow. One of them, I can't remember his name, but he actually finished in AAA for the Astros last year.
I think it was a couple of years ago. Now he's with now he's with
2 years ago, yeah.
And I think he only bet less than $100. I think he bet like $99 in total.
Yeah, well, he's not now with the A's. He's with nobody for the next year. But the fact that these athletes are still doing this and getting caught, like how do you keep getting caught? How are you doing it? Just don't bet on your sport. If they say you can't bet, like maybe it was. I thought some of these guys that only got the year. Maybe it was like what's his name, the receiver who placed a bet from inside the team facility, and you can't do it on team facility. Just know the rules. Also, just maybe maybe while you're playing pro sports, just stop gambling for a little bit. When you retire, you're gonna have
That's
a short
true.
career.
Yeah.
Just don't gamble for a little bit. Or if you're gonna do it, go to Vegas. You're allowed to do that. Play table games. Did you find your percentage yet, Alex?
39.43% winning. So I thought it was like closer to 50.
For a random guy.
I thought it was closer to 5.8 thousand bets, almost 40%. I thought it was better than that.
But that's probably, for the average gambler, that's probably actually pretty good. People don't understand. Nobody really makes money gambling. There's very few people that can do it professionally. It's a entertainment business is what it really is. I do not want to see what my percentage is, because you know me, I like to get drunk and after one bet loses, try and place another one to make up for it, which I have not been doing, which is why I've been doing so well lately.
Damn.
But yeah, just to get banned from the sport you've worked your whole life to play, and then also let it be get out there that you are the worst gambler alive. That's a tough couple days.
My best week, I was up 76 units. I won 76 units in 1 week. I must have hit some fucking parlay.
That's it. And that's what it had to be.
September 6th through September 12th. Fucking 76 units up. That's probably why I'm still 39.
That's probably it. But to lose or to only win less than 5%, he's got to just be putting crazy parlays in together all of the time.
I just looked it up. This is one article here. The most skilled sports bettors are known to average around 55%.
I was gonna say, like, if you're above 50%, you're like a sharp. You're a pro. Anybody that's anywhere near 50, it's like, that's decent.
Because most people will do it like us. You open the app that day and you go, "What do I want to bet?" And every day you're gonna have. Professional sports gamblers don't do that. They'll place a large amount of money on like one game at a time, maybe every couple of days, couple of weeks. You just have to make it all in big chunks. That's why the average gambler, you're just like, I like gambling, so I'm going to do it every single day. That's why nobody wins. You just can't win every day.
But it's fun to gamble every day. That's why we do it. We do it. It's a hobby.
It's the same reason I drink. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm not going to watch
the Oklahoma UT women's softball game unless I got money on it, okay? No offense, ladies. But you think I'm tuning in on a random Monday night? No, probably not. But I am this week just because nothing else is on and it sucks.
Oh, I turned on my TV the other day and there was lacrosse going, and I spent 10 minutes in the app trying to find lacrosse to bet on it.
So gambling and baseball, back.
And me not being the worst sports bettor alive, which I thought there was a chance I was.
All right.
Robert, what do you got?
That was it. That's the Comeback Kid.
That's the Comeback Kid segment.
Let's move on. Around
yeah. Well, it was fun. It was communal. I liked the vibe of that. All right. Our next segment is the not cool segment. A lot of stuff in life is not cool. This is where we go around the room and we get to vent to one another. Just pick a couple of things. I am going to sound like a very old man on my not cools. But if you would like to send us your not cools, anything that happens to you, if you stub your toe, that's not cool. If you get stabbed in the chest, also not cool. But there are varying degrees of not cool. So hit us up on Twitter. We're at PassAwayPod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool at PassAwayPod. Hashtag PTG not cool. Give us a try and put your not cool. Like I love all of you guys that submit them. Sometimes I have to like condense them. Try and make it to where it's a 3 to 4 sentence, easily described summary of like this happening, then this happening, then this happening, and this happening, and this happening. That's very hard to follow along. Basically be like, oh, I got up to go get a glass of water and the cat ran out in front of me and I tripped over the cat. I was going to go get water and I was walking down the hall. All the way at the end of the hall, I got there and my cat jumped out and then I was startled and then I tripped over the cat and then I had to get back up and like just try like walk down the hall, got tripped by my cat. Like simple stuff like that. That helps us filter through it. Some of them are too good to like not read the whole thing. So that's best way to summarize that for you guys. At PassGamePod, hashtag PTG Not Cool is how you reach out to us. The Not Cool segment is brought to you this week by the Houston SaberCats. They'll always be cool. Yeah, they're always going to be cool. Just like when Pat's doing that roar. Hey, did I mention they're 11-1 and the first team to clinch a playoff spot in Major League Rugby? Yeah. So don't say the pass grade bump isn't doing anything for them. 7-1-3 night is going to be at SaberCat Stadium this Saturday as the SaberCats take on RFC Los Angeles at 7 p.m. It's presented by River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. $7.13 tickets is all you get to pay. So you're going to pay less than $10 for tickets. And then also, since you're listening, just tell them you're listening on iHeartRadio. Hopefully you are listening on iHeartRadio or YouTube. Go to HoustonSaberCats.com/tickets and type in promo code iHeart20. You're going to receive a discount of 20% on your tickets. So like $7.13 tickets are 20% discounted. Come on, guys. You're basically getting in free. I'm also going to have 10 pairs of tickets to give away. I'll do that tomorrow too. So if you want to follow me on social at Alex J. Middleton. The players are going to be rocking their city kit jerseys. I don't know if you saw these, Pat and Robert, but they're the Oilers colored, the baby blues, the Love You blues. It says H-Town on it. It looks fucking sick. They're going to auction the jerseys off the back of the players once the match ends. For more information, let's go to HoustonSaberCats.com. That auction is live. And they're also going to start pre-selling those jerseys on their website too. Like I said already, they're 11-1, the first team to clinch a playoff spot. Since it's 7-1-3 night at the game this Saturday, Houston celebs are going to be recognized like Calvin Murphy and Dan Pastorini. They're going to be a pregame performance by Cooper Wade with happy hour $5 cocktails and beer until kickoff. Halftime performance by Choco. H-Town merchandise is going to be available for purchase at the SaberCats team shop as well. So you can get the cool new H-Town jerseys. All iHeartRadio listeners, again, 20% off your tickets. Use SaberCats.com/tickets and then type in promo code iHeart20. See ya this Saturday. The SaberCats taking on RFC Los Angeles at SaberCats Stadium. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Give them a roar, Pat. Give them a roar. HoustonSaberCats.com.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. Our first listener viewers submitted Not Cool. And don't forget, you should be watching all of these episodes on YouTube as well. YouTube.com/PassGrade Just search just search Pass Grade Podcast on YouTube, hit subscribe, and make sure all of your friends are subscribed as well. This week, just comment. What are we going to comment? Just comment, love you, Blue. Or go SaberCats. Say go SaberCats. In our say go SaberCats, and then or just give us a roar. Yeah, change that. Just give us a roar. Give us a roar. Try and spell out how Pat says roar. So Pat, do your roar again and try and spell this. Perfect. Spell that in the comments on the YouTube video. If you're listening to the podcast, go click play on the YouTube version as well. If you're watching, go click play on the audio version. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Really would help us out if we got clicks on both ends. All right. Our first Not Cool from you guys and gals this week is from our buddy Bro Brad. He's at DeLongDude on Twitter. And Bro Brad says his Not Cool is when you arrive at 6:30 a.m. for your 8:20 flight, go to check baggage and realize that your flight is at 8:20. 8:20 p.m. Oh, he thought it was an 8:20 a.m. flight. I thought he was just 2 hours early, and I was like, that wasn't that bad, but okay. He was fuck.
Yeah, I might just cancel my flight at that point. I mean, I'm not even going on the trip anymore. I hate this.
He just says $20 cocktails, anyone? Dude, I read this. I put it on our little prep sheet. I made sure, I did not put together. I thought he was I got there at 6:30 for an 8:30 flight. And I was about to kind of just roast him a little bit and be like, dude, I've been 2 hours early for a flight too.
Yeah, I do that.
Bad. Yeah. My wife always gives me shit. She's like, you're a dad where you're just like, we got to get there. You never know. Got to make sure we're here on time. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to miss the flight.
You don't, you got to
12 hours early.
Yeah,
that's the worst. That's the worst. Because even if you have to go home, you still got to get your shit. Oh, that's the worst, dude. T's and P's, man.
How quickly did he think, I wonder if I can change the flight versus how much that's going to cost to change the flight?
You probably immediately
there's
think,
gotta
I
be an
wonder if I
earlier
can
flight.
change, and then comes into like, this is going to cost a small fortune to do so.
That's why I would have just been like, all right, I'm leaving the airport. I'm coming back later. Yes, I'm going to have to go through airport security twice,
dude.
but I can't. Dude, the alternative is spending 14 hours in the airport.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And God forbid that flight gets delayed. Brad, this is one of the best ones I've ever heard.
Dude,
this is horrible, man. I'm sorry.
T's and P's. T's and P's. I did not realize that. Oh, I thought he had just showed up 2 hours early. Like, not a big deal, dude.
No.
$20 cocktails. He's just dead.
14 hours.
8:20. He has 95 cocktails.
Waking up early. Because if he got there at 6:30, he
So
probably
he had to
woke
be
up
at 4.
at least at like latest he was up at 5 if he packed everything the night before
Oh, dude.
and had everything ready to go. And he could just get dressed, shower, get dressed, get out the door. 14 hours early for a flight. That is one of the it's one of the worst all-time beats of all time. That sounded weird. But it's even worse because you did it to yourself. Like, you can't even be angry at anybody else. Back in the day, maybe you had a travel agent and you could be like, well, I blame them. They screwed me over on this. No. When you just have to sit there and bask in your own stupidity for 14 hours. This is about the worst thing that I could picture happening to anybody in the world. What would you do, Robert? You'd probably just stay and tough it out, huh?
If I had it, so he checked baggage like that. He went through security then, right?
No, you
Yeah.
go home. You gotta go home. Well, can you, after you've checked in, can you
Well, no, just because you enter the airport doesn't mean you can't leave.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Like,
if
you
he's
just have to
checked
go back through
baggage-
security again.
Yeah.
for that flight.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he would have been able to check your baggage 14 hours ahead of time, right?
That's why I'm saying I'm wondering why somebody wasn't like, well, you're here early.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody would be like, tonight? Okay.
Yeah, I wondered, did they take his bag? Or
Well, I mean, maybe that was it. When he was going to baggage check, they're like, you realize your flight's 8:20 tonight, right? And
Well, he
maybe,
probably went to go look
so-
at his gate, and then he's like, where the fuck's my gate? And the gate was like nowhere to be found, and he realized, oh no, I've made a grave mistake.
everything about this seems awful.
That
I'm sorry,
I feel
Brett.
for you,
Mhm.
buddy. T's and P's, man.
I
We love
think
you,
if
dude.
there's that much of a it's
You
that
go home
long
if you
of-
can.
Yeah, I'd go home.
You just eat that, you're like, that sucks. It's a
Mhm.
learning experience and a funny story on a podcast later.
I got to take another fucking massively expensive Uber, but it's better, or two ways, but it's
yeah.
better than sitting in an airport for 14 hours.
All right, next one is from Melissa Hyde. Try and top that, Mel. She's at Mel Hyde myself on Twitter, and Melissa says, I smacked the fuck out of my funny bone. I don't know why that just like, that's not a crazy one, but like that is the worst
It's a perfect
thing in the world
follow-up.
when it happens. When it happens, it's the worst thing in the world.
I don't even understand the feeling, because like it doesn't really hurt, but it hurts.
No, it really
Like,
hurts for
it's
like
just your
30
nervous
seconds,
system.
and then you're like, okay.
This
There's like
is
a reset button on your funny bone for your nervous system where it's just like, whoa, and then it like
This-
figures it out.
the best example I can have to describe it is, and this is such an outdated reference, young people won't understand it.
Ready for
Remember
it.
when channels would just end and it just goes and it's just that static? Your entire nervous system just turns into static.
Yeah.
Robert's too young to even remember that or understand it. Channels used to just turn off and go static.
But yeah, you could say it's just like the HBO intro.
Yeah, pretty much.
They have the
Oh,
static.
yep.
Mhm.
That's
Besides the cool, oh,
Yeah, besides that.
you don't get
but
that cool part.
kids these days, they don't know that's where the static is from.
They don't understand. They used to play the national anthem
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the broadcasts, and then they'd be like, "See you tomorrow, bitches." And then we were at the very tail end of that. I don't really remember the national.
We were
anthem.
young.
I remember people telling us about that, but then they just were like, "Wait, we could just throw infomercials on all night," and then we came up in that because sometimes, Robert, you got girls gone wild.
The steel drums going.
These college girls will do anything.
3
Turns
installments
out the
of
guy that made this
$14.99.
was a creep.
Yeah. Wow.
The guy going to getting 17 and 18-year-old college girls to get naked for him. Not a great guy.
Watch these girls take their tops off and hope that they've turned 18.
Boy, oh boy, I hope their dad don't see this one.
God, those commercials were great.
Our next not cool comes from Alex O. He's at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter, and he says his not cool is being already late to work, and then this stupid piece of shit train is literally stopped. There is no other way around it, and now I'm just sitting here.
Trains
Trains can be motherfuckers.
are
dude.
so important to this country. It's like trucks. You don't understand how much freight actually gets shipped, especially when this close to Houston. It's all going down to the shipping lanes to actually literally be shipped
That's
around
why
the world.
Optimus Prime was the most important transformer.
That's true. But when you're stuck behind a train, it is, God forbid you have to take a shit. Because you can't, you got cars in front of you, cars behind you, train's not moving. It's the worst. Hopefully your boss understands. Like going to school in San Marcos, trains all the time. Sometimes you just show up 20 minutes late to class and you're like, train. Professors understood nowadays. That's your job. Sometimes you got a dick boss. Nothing you can do. I'm sorry that happened to you, Alex.
Have you ever just wanted to, like, do you ever just sit at a light that's stopped by a train going by and you see that train just it keeps going, and you sat there for about 5-10 minutes and you're wondering if this train just stretches the entire world and you'll never see it end? You just kind of think, what would happen if I got out of my car, just grabbed on? Where would I go? Have you ever thought
Just
about that?
Hobo Jones it?
I always think about that every time I see a train. Even if it's just for a little bit, you're just like, what would happen? I just got out, grabbed on the first car I could grab a hold of, and just rode. Just living.
I've
Jack
always wanted to
Kerouac
ride a
style.
train.
Is that, I'm not the only person who thinks that though, right?
No. Just like, what if I left everything behind?
This is it.
Just grabbed on and wherever it takes me. And really, it's just going to take you to Galveston.
You should take it just takes you like the next major port.
One time, me and my buddies in college, we were like, dude, let's book a train trip to New Orleans for the weekend. And then we looked at, you know how long it takes a train to get from San Marcos to New Orleans? 14 hours.
What? Oh, because it stopped. It's like a Greyhound. When you hop on a
we
non-stop Greyhound.
We had to assume there were stops along the way, but we're like, in what world should this? There's no traffic. There's no other train. Like, you don't go, I got another train blocking me. You are the train.
I knew a dude that did like Austin to Huntsville, Texas, and it was like not a direct Greyhound thing, and it was
Probably
like
took like
12
9
hours.
Yeah.
It took him like 12 hours because they went to every little fucking town all the way up there. Like, we're gonna stop here. All right, we're gonna get off for about 45 minutes, guys. We'll see you in a little bit. And he was.
I
just
gotta
like,
be honest.
You're just stopping everywhere. And it's like you can only go to like 2 fucking convenience stores and be like, okay, cool.
Now I kind of want to do this though. If we just took a train from Houston to New Orleans, and maybe we do what we thought about. Like, we also talked about, well, what if we got a keg and brought it with us? We just drank it the whole way, and we're like, we're gonna fucking carry a keg shell onto a train with us, and then off of a train with us when we get to New Orleans. What are we gonna do? But now I actually kind of.
I'd like to hobo style it though to New Orleans. If we could hobo it to New Orleans.
Problem with that though, the hobo cars don't have AC.
That's fine, dude.
I need AC.
I
want to get like, dude, imagine if we were just getting hammered in a train.
We'll be going so fast, it'll be cool.
Like, I need some every flavor jelly beans. Well, I'm Harry Potter. I'm on a train. That sounds like fun.
They have the chocolate frogs. That'd be cool. If they had a Hogwarts train, yeah.
The more I think about this,
but they don't.
Every time, because I feel like I think about this every couple of years, and every time I look it back up, and I'm like, because you're like, well, I'm riding on a train. The ticket's gonna be $35, but it's like $160 to ride the train. You're like, why? It's probably the same price to fucking Uber.
Do you understand? This is not the main method of transportation anymore, guys. Do steamboats cost this much?
See, like up in the Northeast, they have all the trains that go from like Houston, or not Houston, but New York to Philly to DC, and they have all.
Yeah.
We don't have it here, so I guess that's why. It's still expensive, but I want to do it. I want to do it sometime.
Fuck trains though, but like trains are cool. But I get what you're saying. It sucks when they stop you. Absolutely sucks when they stop you, dude. T's and P's. All
Average
right.
price from Houston, New Orleans, $145 to ride the train. Get the fuck out of
Just
here.
drive
Yeah, it'll cost less to drive.
and be like 6 hours.
As long as you have a car, but.
All right. Last not cool from you guys and gals. This is from Sebastian Viezquez. Nailed
Nice try.
that. Sebastian V. And he is at Carbalak 23 CARBALAC 23 on Twitter. I apologize for butchering that. Sebastian, I believe Sebastian's our paintball buddy. He went to Vegas for a that paintball tournament a while back.
Oh yeah.
But Sebastian says, I have 2 not cools, boys. My first one is Monday. I was out on a nice sunny day. I got home at 5:30 to no electricity, slept in a hot ass room. My electricity came on as my 4 a.m. alarm went off. My second not cool is my new coworker who did not wear deodorant today on his first day.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Just
figuring
right
out
off the
somebody's
bat.
a not deodorant guy first day, not great.
He
ain't gonna wear it day 1. He ain't gonna wear it day 10. I guarantee you that.
You like, even if you wake up on that morning and you're like, oh fuck, I'm out of deodorant. Which I don't understand how you don't have. Just like, I've got 2 different kinds of backup deodorant that I don't wear. Like, I've got one of the white sticks.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really leave the shirt, but it's a white one as a backup. And then I also have like a natural one that's like another backup that I bought from that soap company because I was drunk one time. And I don't understand how but even if you're like on the way to work, you're like, I forgot to wear deodorant. It's your first day. Hit a gas station. Buy some deodorant. There's no way you just don't realize you forgot to put. You can't be the stinky guy on your first day. You just can't.
Nobody likes that guy.
I mean, you got to look at the guy and be like, listen, I had no air conditioning all night and I don't smell as bad as you. What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, dude. T's and P's, Sebastian. Dude. That sucks.
I'm sorry about that.
That's a solid not cool. Again, if you want to submit your not cool to us at Past Grade Pod, use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we'll sort for them. Did anybody want to go first?
I will. I've used this before. I will use it again. I do this about, I'd say quarterly. I do it about 4 times a year where I'm just sitting there watching TV at night and it's always my right foot. Top of the right foot, itchy. And I'm just scratching it all night, not thinking about it. I wake up the next day and there's like a hole in my foot. I'm going to see if I can bend enough to give you guys a good look at this. Yeah. So, and it's about half the size now as it was from the first day. But the other fun thing about it is obviously I wear socks, and every day when I get home, the sock just kind of takes the scab with it. So it's not really healing very quickly. It doesn't hurt.
Some sort of
Band-Aids
band-aids that you can
money
put
back.
on there.
Actually, now that you say that, no, I don't own any Band-Aids. And
We've
honestly,
had us
Robert,
Band-Aids.
it had not occurred to me to put a Band-Aid on it also.
Or there was something that could stop this.
This is day 4. Not once has it occurred to me to put Band-Aids on it. And I've told people and nobody else has been like, why not a Band-Aid? God damn it. I forgot Band-Aids existed. I'm going to be honest with you. But it doesn't hurt, and it's going to go away in a couple days. Also, now that you said that, still not going to put a Band-Aid on it.
But you go to Walgreens frequently, don't you?
Occasionally. Actually, you know what? I do. Here's another not cool. Realized the other day as I was driving, I got no window washer fluid in my car right now. So I probably should just make a trip.
Gotta get a good. You spit out the window.
I'm going to spit out the window onto it.
You gotta lean out like Ace Ventura, spit right on it, and then that's when you hit it. Lubricates it.
I'm flexible, but when you're this fat, to be that flexible and fat inside of a car, it doesn't work.
Just saying.
So yeah, maybe I should go on a run to Walgreens and pick up both of those. But yeah, I don't know why. It's the same spot on my right foot every single time, never the left foot. It's never been the left foot. It's once every like 3 or 4 months. I just scratch the shit out of my foot until I just have a hole. I'm shockingly no scarring though. I never have a scar there. I don't understand it, but yeah, I don't know. My body's weird. I'm weird. That's my not cool.
I'll go next. I have like I'm just gonna sound like an old man because I have a bunch or a couple
Let's
of them
do
to
it.
rail off. One is adult zits. Like adults shouldn't get zits. I got one on my nose. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of going
Oh,
away,
nose ones are the worst.
but I just had like it was red for like 3 days, dude, and it was just like I looked like Rudolph. I was like, I am 35. I shouldn't have these, man. It's weird. The zits should stop after like 22, 25 max. Okay.
After puberty, when you're done with puberty,
Get
you
over
should
it,
be done with
zits. Yeah.
Because it's not like
So fuck
of
zits.
Of course, zits will happen if you're gross and you're greasy and you don't wash. You
Right.
wash.
True.
You wash.
I do. I do.
You're a grown man.
It's frustrating, but adult zits suck. This is also a really old man one, but ripping a hole in a good pair of socks. I did that today. Have these like Nike socks that I like to wear all the time. They go on perfectly with slides. They don't stretch out. They're the basketball socks. And then I was doing something this morning before going to work, and I stepped on like the divider of the carpet and the wood floor we have right in that carpet tack, and I could just feel it go through. And I like looked up and just I could see the hole already. I was like, God damn it. And then by the time I took my shoe off after work, it's already like full on heel tear. Let me see if I see. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Oh my god! Let me ask you,
Look
a
at this
question. Are those
shit.
ankle socks or no?
No, they're like the Nike basketball
Oh.
socks.
I found out yesterday. I'm
Crew
actually
socks.
multiple Instagram videos. I didn't know ankle socks are now old people socks, and they're not cool.
Yeah,
the younger
it's a
generation.
millennial thing.
Yeah, they're like, it's so you're old. I'm like, what? What? They're wearing tall socks again? I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it around my
Every
ankle.
time a new thing that like try this out. This is a cool thing when Gen Z's like, oh yeah, I saw it. That's like how you can tell you're a millennial and you're old. I always am like, hey, come here. If you ever say anything if you say anything like that to me again, ever, I'm gonna fucking kill you with these guns I just got magnet fishing. Okay, shut your fucking mouth.
No, you just tell them.
Walk away and they never say it again.
Big, listen, I'm an adult with disposable income. I'll fuck your mom.
Only problem is
I will.
We're all so poor. We're all so poor, like Gen Z.
No, but they don't know that. They don't know
like Gen
that I
X,
don't have disposable income.
Gen X is like they can be rich. Boomers are rich and they get to hold that over us. And we have like, y'all are also in a shitty spot and poor too. Fuck y'all. Like us. So that's really all we have, which is the hardest part about.
And we don't know.
Gen
They
Z.
could be fucking TikTokers and YouTubers and be
They're
loaded
probably rich. But just
So
always just
listen,
try that.
hey,
Like, hey, I'm gonna fucking
I'm
kill
old
you if you
enough.
say that again.
I will fuck your mother. I will break up your parents' marriage.
I will ruin it.
Even though they're probably already divorced. Divorce rates being what they are.
So ripping a hole in a good pair of socks. And then my last one is I was going to a dinner the other night and I realized that I have about 3 collared shirts that I could wear in like serious situations. Like Robert has these like Hawaiian collared shirts and I have a couple like that, which is cool if you're going to just like a Saturday hangout with your friends, but like when you're trying to go like a dinner, you might need like a nice collared shirt. So I was like, okay, there's some collared shirt companies that advertise on things I listen to. We're not going to give free ads because fuck them. So I went over there. $98, dude. How do you charge $98 fucking dollars for a collared polo shirt? Is it made out of fucking gold? You're fucking getting it sewn by 3-year-olds, man, in fucking like Nicaragua or Taiwan. I know you're not fucking really like authentically building any of this shit. Like, how the fuck are you gonna charge me $100 for a shirt? When you see like now, when I see people wearing certain brands of shirts, and you know what I'm talking about, Pat, but like I see people wearing certain brands of shirts. Is your wardrobe just $4,000, dude?
I don't understand it. It makes me feel even poorer.
It's like a suit. You're buying no, I'm going golfing, dude. I'm not buying a fucking full suit. What the fuck?
Oh, especially golf brands, dude. It's like, oh yeah, dude, no, get our polos. It's just for the regular everyday golf outing. $128. What?
So
you know what? That's why we love Walmart.
My dad mode now is just I bought fucking Under Armour Nike polos because they were not super cheap, but they were a fucking half off of what the other shit was.
I was going to say they were probably
I'm just going to look like a coach.
$50, $60, huh?
They're like 35 $35. Yeah.
Okay, see, that's not bad, but even now I'm like, dude, it's a fucking polo. Why is it $35?
Right. Same.
It should be $20 tops.
Dude, it's a
It's
polo.
a shirt.
It's a polo. It's a black polo that has a logo on it. Get the fuck out of my face with that. How you
That's
charging
Joe
$100?
Biden.
You're charging $100 on a fucking shirt? Fuck off. It's not armor. You still bleed if you are stabbed. It doesn't protect me from anything.
Occasionally, I will buy a shirt from some, whatever podcast brand or whatever brand. Occasionally online, I'll be like, I'll splurge. 99% of my shopping still done at Walmart, because Walmart ain't gonna fuck you hard.
Dude,
They're gonna
Academy,
fuck you a little
man.
bit.
Academy. I'm an Academy guy now. I'm buying all my clothes at Academy.
Even Academy.
That's my
sometimes,
mood. That's
sometimes
my move
I go to Academy and I'm like, okay, I gotta buy. That's what when I started golfing, I was going to go buy Academy. Let me get some like little, not cargo shorts, but those stuff. And I go, it's $40 for a pair of shorts. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
they're half of pants.
What kind of pockets are these? Are these pockets non-rippable? If I buy a fucking $40 pair of shorts and the pocket rips ever, I'm fucking suing.
Oh, I'll just get a Killdozer.
But like, you're gonna charge me $100 for a polo shirt? If I can stab through that thing, that's not worth anything. Like, so this isn't. You can't cut it. You can't cut it. It doesn't get stained ever.
If that shirt is $100, it better hide my gut and tits completely.
I better look jacked when I put it on. Like,
When
you
that
better
shirt
look
goes
jacked,
over my
Pat.
body.
I want Pat to look the Rock.
It better be like an invisibility cloak where I look like I weigh 180 pounds. Okay. For $100. Oh, it's $100 and I can still see my puffy nipples through it. I'm going Killdozer on your entire company.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Charging $100 for collared shirts. It's just like, I'm just trying to be like a decent looking guy. I got a daughter coming, huh? She's got to go to shit where I got to look presentable and I can't just wear a fucking pass the gravy April Fool's somewhere shirt that people might ask a lot of questions to. I can just throw a fucking polo on. Oh, Alex, I hope you have $5,000 if you wanted to buy a couple.
I heard somebody say this years ago, and it's one of the most true things I've ever heard. There's no such thing as ugly and hot. It's just rich and poor.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there are people that are just naturally absolutely fucking gorgeous.
I want to start just nasty
how many
rumors,
people
though, about these companies?
How many people have you seen that as they got really rich, all of a sudden, damn, they're not bad looking anymore? Elon. Remember, he used to be a bald fucking nerd.
Yeah.
But you know what? Rich. Dave Portnoy. He used to look like a fucking troll. Now he's a hot guy, kind of. The clothing, the high-end shit can make you look good, but it's like, you know what? That's not high-end shit, though. It's not. It's a polo that should cost $18 a year, charging $100 because you're a piece of shit.
Robert, what do you have? That sounded very old, didn't I? Do you sound like... Do you feel like you're at like a geriatric convention? You're like, who the fuck's this old man?
I can't wait for you to have this kid, dude. You're going to turn into such a grumpy old dude like I already am. It's going to be fucking awesome.
I don't want to.
I think that I shouldn't go on vacation anymore. There's been several times where I've come back to bad things. I think a couple years ago, I came back in the middle of summer. AC didn't.
This podcast was still going?
No, AC didn't work. AC was out for a couple of days. Super hot in here. And this time I come back to a jury summons.
Oh, no!
Yeah. I'm all relaxed. Vacation, I was on the beach, having a good time, come back immediately. Because that's the first thing I did. It was check the mail. I got home, their mailbox right by my door. Look at the mail, jury summons. Cool. Don't even get to really ease into life now. I gotta go jury duty on later this month.
Did you think about how long did this go through your mind where you're like, oops?
I didn't see it.
Didn't get it.
It got delivered to my neighbor.
You can do the Alex thing though. And just be like, I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, that was gonna be what I was gonna coach you up. Like, hey, just FYI, you know what? I'm a citizen. I want to do my civic duty. I absolutely am willing to do whatever. I just do know that I do talk about all of the things that I do on a podcast regularly. Like that's a lot of the podcast. So I don't want to say I'm going to talk about a case. Should I be picked for a jury? But just know that like it's probably going to come up at some point.
Mhm.
Here's the thing, though. You guys should want to do it. Well, here's the thing. Alex, you should. I know I would, because once your salary at work, I mean, I'm getting paid anyway. So, like, I might as well. And also, what if we get picked for some high-end, like, national
Those
news?
are the worst ones. Those are
murder
the worst
tri-
ones.
No,
then
no,
they
no,
like
no, no,
sequester
no.
you and shit, dude.
Yes. And
And
we
then online
might
people
not be
come
able to
after
do the
you.
podcast. We might not be able to do the podcast for a little bit. But imagine it's a national news story, and then
Oh,
it
no.
breaks. And then we get to come on here as juror number 6, first exclusive interview after the trial.
No.
Numbies, dude. We do some numbies. Chances are it's probably going to be some bullshit case that's over in an afternoon anyway. But it could be, though, you know? I got one in college and I ignored it because I heard one time that if you're in college, then you don't have to go. And I literally just ignored it. I never went or answered anything.
Yeah, there's
and
probably
nothing
a
happened.
warrant for your arrest.
Start
Nothing-
telling people
nothing ever
that
happened
like
to me.
just yeah, let's start adding on to like, well, if you're in college, like that's fine. You don't have to do jury summons. Like just start making up add-on things like the Olympic year. Like if it's an Olympic year and you get a jury summons, you don't have to. Like, dude, you're safe, Robert. Like
Also-
I thought that they don't have court on Olympic years.
Mhm.
It's possible that I've gotten more too.
Is that new? Did we change that?
Every time I move, I don't change my address on my license for like 2 years. So it's possible they've just been going to the wrong place all these years. But I kind of want
I
to
think
get
my
one more time.
parents is where like my shit is still registered.
Because, like, it's not that I hate
it
my
is.
job or anything. I like my job. I don't love my job, but I'm also salary. So if I got a jury thing and I just got to be sequestered, but still get paid, you know,
I think this is the 4th one I've gotten.
what?
You've
This is
gone to all
bullshit.
of
I
them?
want one.
No. 2 of them
They just disappeared.
were well, I was still in college, so like I
You
submitted.
lost them in a boating accident.
I submitted a thing like, hey, the mid school can't make it. They're like, okay, you're good. Then the 3rd one, it was like the day before, and they were like, they emailed like, oh, this case has been settled, so I didn't have to go.
That's pretty sick.
Mhm.
The one time I had it, I happened to have off that week, and I was like, "Fuck, I know I'm gonna get picked." And it was like a Tuesday. I had to go in. Maybe it was I don't know, but I was like, I'm gonna have to go in, and this is gonna take the full fucking week that I am off work. And it was one of those where like the show takes off, but I didn't have anything, so I was just like, all right. And I was out like since I lived in apartments, I was just like, I'll have my shit go to my parents' house or whatever, so they think I'm like out that way. And it was like, cool, go to this place, and they're like, oh, the court has there will be no hearings tomorrow or whatever it was, so your jury duty is considered served. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, dude. And I didn't have to go, and I was like, this is awesome, because I was 100% certain that I was just going to have to waste 5 days on my.
I wonder if you could use like, hey, I have IBS, so I might have to just stand up and shit at any moment.
Well, you
during this
can.
trial.
So the thing they tell you is like, so if you serve and you're on the jury, then like you don't get it for however many years it is until you're back eligible again. If you like come up with an excuse or you get dismissed, I think, or whatever it is, I think that then they can send you another one. Like you just go back into the pool, and it may be a long time before you come up, but then you're still eligible. And it's like, yeah, you don't realize I'm just gonna do this same song and dance then too.
Robert, I think they just know you're very logical and you're being logically
Just
profiled
don't
to be
do
a
it.
juror.
I would
I wanna do
absolutely
it sometime.
I would absolutely be the worst juror. I would just be like, all right, he's guilty, right? No, I didn't think he was guilty either. Yeah, no, I didn't think he was guilty either. Be like, we're all in agreement on this. Everybody's
I would be
we're
a bad.
Look, I don't want to hear
juror,
anybody
yeah.
out. Like, let's in and out. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
I want to go, but also I haven't treated my ADHD in about 14, 15, 20 years, something like that. So they'd be talking, and then like they'd be like, all right, that's it for the day. And I would look at people left and right of me and be like, guys, I don't remember a single fucking thing they said the entire day.
Yeah, I'm just a majority guy. I'm like, where are you guys feeling? Y'all go mostly
Guys.
good? Okay, then I'm on that way.
I'm
Whatever
a
you guys pick,
functioning
I'll go with it.
alcoholic, but my memory is shit. I don't remember anything. You don't want to pick me for this trial.
Just write my name on the verdict, and I'll say I was doing it.
I scroll Instagram all day. My attention span is 8 seconds at a time.
That's a solid not cool, Bobby. Very good, not cool. Let's wrap up with our final segment of the show, the answers segment, where we encourage you to send us your questions. Any questions you got at all? You got a high thought? You got a real important relationship question you need advice with? You want parenting advice? We can help you with that too. You want us to power rank stuff? Just give us anything. Put 5 similarly related things, and we will power rank the fuck out of them and do a great job of that too. Anything like that at all? Any question you want to ask us at PassGrayPod, hashtag PTG Answers. That's how you find us on Twitter at PassGrayPod, hashtag PTG Answers. You can also email them to us, although Twitter is the best way to reach out to us. You can email them to us, passgraypod@gmail.com, but the best way to reach out to us at PassGrayPod, hashtag PTG Answers with your question. The answer segment is brought to you by littlemshop.com, the best retro tchotchkes site on the internet and the best air fresheners in the whole wide world. Go and get a Miami Beach smell. Go get a little ice scent. Go get a fresh to death scent with the floral design. You can get the out of this world air freshener. We just had a space launch. You want to go get that? Huh? And you talk about space launches, like, this guy gets it. This guy knows space. You get the rad designed air freshener. I like that. And the Miami Beach scent, that's the one that I just switched out in our trash can. We always give you a little hack of, you throw that in the bottom of the trash can, then you put the bag liner over it. So then every time you change the trash, that's awesome. I know we got a diaper genie that's ready to go. So when we get the baby here, that's going to be the first thing I do is throw a little L or a little M shop in there for the diaper genie. But littlemshop.com, they got compact mirrors, they got customizable keychains, they got cool themed keychains as well. You got a bachelorette party, anything like that. You got a teacher gift you got to do. I know summer school teachers, do they get stuff too, right? Maybe your kids are still in school. I don't fucking know. They got stickers, all kinds of things like that. littlemshop.com, promo code PTG69. You're gonna get 10% off your order when you use promo code PTG69. You're also gonna get 10 or free shipping when you spend $10 or more. So you spend $10, you're going to get free shipping, and then you can also use our promo code PTG69 at checkout to get 10% off your order at littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. If you order anything, tag them, let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. They're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. Support the people supporting the pod at littlemshop.com, promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first question this week comes from Kenya Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata on Twitter. And Kenya says, are ladybugs called ladybugs because they are all ladies?
I mean, they eat insects that are bad for crops. So they're doing a public service. That's pretty ladylike.
That's very ladylike. I did, like, going back, trying to do all the prep that I can for the podcast, I did find out that, like, ladybug was not originally the name of them. They were, in fact, though, the first bug species to to topple the patriarchy, and that's how they were then given the name ladybugs. So they are not all ladies, but they're like the most feminist bug group of all time. Like, even the dude ladybugs are so feminist. They're like, we don't care about being dude bugs. We're cool just being ladybugs, and that's how they.
There actually was a short time in America when they were referred to as ladybirds. I don't know if you knew that.
Briefly.
Very briefly.
Last week, was it like, it was almost.
It was about a week ago, yeah.
It was about last week.
But yeah, they're good. And they're good luck. Ladies are good luck. Do you have your buddy blow on the dice when you're rolling craps at a casino? No, you have the lady next to you blow on them for good luck.
Yeah. Perfect.
They're lucky bugs.
Lucky bugs. I thought dragonflies were supposed to be lucky. Could we just have a bunch of lucky lucky bugs?
I've never heard that.
Why are ladybugs so lucky?
I don't know why they're lucky. And I don't want to Google it. I don't know. That
Good
is
question.
a good question. Well, why did they become? I think they probably just got the luck thing because, like I said, they do eat insects that are bad for crops. So farmers probably were like, they're lucky.
They saved my crops. They showed up.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. We got Martin Peterson. I don't believe Martin's written in before. Martin Peterson emails in and says,
Strong name.
yeah, very, very strong. Talking to someone about your favorite candy, a bonbon conversation.
Ooh. You could also say you're just trying to butterfinger them up.
Do that too. I was gonna say I like where you're going there, but everybody knows that it's a canned conversation when you're talking about your favorite candy. It's a canned conversation because it may not always be bonbons. If you're talking bonbons, that's a bonbon conversation. If you're talking about your favorite candies, that's a canned conversation.
Maybe a candy station.
Candy station also. I would accept that too.
Yeah, I mean, I know at one point in life I had a bonbon, but I must have been.
It's just like chocolate,
20.
right?
I think so. I remember I used to see Peggy eating them on Married with Kids all the time. And she always loved her bonbons. But I was like, where the fuck are these bonbons? I don't see bonbons anywhere.
That was always like
not a Southern thing.
My mom's family's like thing about like, oh, I don't know, she's probably just sitting at home eating bonbons. Like that was always like a phrase to be like, oh, she's probably not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess that was probably what that's from.
Maybe it just wasn't really a Southern candy.
Looking at it, it just looks like, yeah, it's just like chocolate balls. They some of them have coconut in them.
I prefer chefs to bonbons, but you know,
it's basically, it looks like those Russell Stover candies you'd get, just, I don't know, not in a Russell Stover box. That's what they do with them the rest of the year. And then they all package them up in Russell Stover and do it on Valentine's Day.
I think bonbons are kind of like Charleston chews. They've become outdated, even though Charleston chews absolutely fuck. That's a great candy. It should get more hype than it. Same thing actually with Butterfingers too. You still see them all the time, but nobody talks about Butterfingers. They're great candy.
Yeah, why? Because you get stuck in your teeth, maybe? Is that why?
Well, you know what it is now? It's because the only candy people talk about are fucking gummies with weed in them.
Yeah, dude. Do drugs now.
And then M&Ms that you want to fuck.
Yeah, the green one. Fuck yeah, bro.
I'd fucking crack her hard shell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's see. Robert. Perfect timing. Which M&M would you fuck? You gotta fuck one. You have to.
I don't know the characters. I would just say like my favorite color is red, so I go with the red one.
Even though you can't.
You like them small, huh? You like them petite? Okay.
I don't know the character. I don't know which one is which.
Well, red's a dude, but it's Pride Month, so we don't we're not judging here.
There you go.
Hey, you do you, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I would go green.
Same, yeah.
I would go green. All right. Let's power rank, fellas. This is a good one. I saw this one.
Go.
You guys, shout out to the Gravy Gang. Hit it, keep them coming. There were a ton of power rankings, and I am very excited for the next like month of power rankings because there are a bunch of them out in the wild right now. This is a tough one to like. There were a bunch that I could have picked from for today for just the power rankings, but I can't wait to get the rest of them and keep them coming though. Keep the power rankings coming, guys. This is from Raimundo Benavides. He's at KMundoB on Twitter, and he says, "Power rank these holes you wouldn't want to fall into." Okay, I'm assuming this is number one is the one you don't want to fall into the most.
Correct.
And then 5 is the least. Okay, got that. The 5 options he gives us. These are holes we don't want to fall into. A hole filled with sewage, a hole filled with syringes, a hole filled with acid, a hole filled with 3 kangaroos, and a hole filled with 2 angry rams. I would like to go first on this one. I would like to go first. I'm going to go 5. I'd be the most comfortable falling into a hole with 2 angry rams because I feel like they'd already be angry before I got in there. So they're angry with one another. Their fight is not with me. Their fight is with each other. And I'm more like, hey, fellas, what if we all get along? I feel like I can either just be a passerby that just kind of watches them like Daniel in the Lion's Den until one of them kills the other one. And then I just boys with the other one. But I'm not as worried about that. And I could also try and ride one of them. That'd be kind of cool too. Number 4, I would go 3 kangaroos. I think 3 kangaroos. I don't know why I would less rather be there because there's one more than the Rams, obviously, and they can kick as opposed to just butt you with their head. But my whole strategy would be dividing and conquering because 2 of them are probably fighting each other. I think I could fight another one, and then I just got to worry about taking out one. The other guy's gonna be tired, and then same system as the Rams. I'm just boys with whoever's left out of the other fight. So then I think like animals, I think I could befriend. 3, sewage. That's gross. But maybe a Ninja Turtle might be there. And I could also turn into a Ninja Turtle, and there might be pizza. So that's a positive of the sewer. Number 2, syringes. I don't know what's in there, but I saw the one saw that I did see. The guy had to do that,
2.
and it was terrifying. I'd like to think that they were just completely sterilized needles, but I feel like that's not what it was. Hopefully, you don't fall in anything that's gonna just get you with like anything super serious. But I wouldn't want that because that would suck. And I'm only putting syringes too because acid just sounds like the worst. Like you either die or something really bad happens. Like you're just maimed, you know? So I go
understand
acid,
your logic.
syringes, sewage, 3 kangaroos, and 2 angry Rams.
I'll go next. I have. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1 to 5. I don't know why it's the way I prefer to do it. The one I would least like to fall into, syringes. You're right. I saw 2. That's horrible. And the worst thing about it is,
I'm glad it was the
unless one of those syringes goes right through your eyeball and into your brain and kills you, you're gonna survive, and then you're probably gonna die slowly of AIDS. But it's also super painful. You've got hundreds of needles stabbing into your body, and then every time you move to try, you fell in, so you're probably on your side. You have to put your hand down to brace yourself to get stabbed more times. That is the absolute fucking worst.
Yeah.
2, the one I would second least like to fall into, sewage. That's poo. That's gross.
What about the
You're gonna
Ninja Turtles?
stink forever. And also, I got an open wound on my foot. Probably gonna get infected with other people's poo. Don't like that. That's gonna be gross.
Okay.
3, I'm gonna go with acid. Because you know what? You fall into a vat of acid, you're probably gonna go into shock actually super quick, and then you're just gonna die. It's gonna be very, very painful for a little bit.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good.
Or I turn into the Joker. Kind of feels like it fits my personality, actually. That could happen.
Okay.
Read a comic book. I mean, it happens all the time. 4.
Would you be purple Joker, like Jack Nicholson Joker, or do you think you would be more like Dark Knight Joker, where he was like a burn from the acid?
I would probably be more Jared Leto, like just not likable in any way.
But that didn't happen because acid did it with him.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't
Yeah,
see
remember
that.
he brings Harley and drops her in the acid, but she didn't get changed. I don't know. 4, I'm gonna go 2 angry Rams. Yeah, they're angry, but you know what? Those are 2 just goat puppies, and I'm gonna get them to love me, and I'm gonna pet them. They're gonna be angry for a little bit. I'm gonna have to take some time to calm them down, and yeah, they're gonna hit me, and it's gonna hurt for a little bit. But you know what? I've been head-butted by a lot of dogs. Doesn't mean I love them less.
True.
It's gonna take some time, but eventually they're gonna cuddle up.
Okay.
Pet me some goats. And yeah, I have no fear of falling in with 3 kangaroos. 1, you don't say they're angry. And 2, there's 3 animals that I get to pet in there. At least one of them is gonna love me, and we're gonna be boys. And then
but then you got the other 2. You got to win you over.
Me and a kangaroo could definitely beat the fuck out of 2 other kangaroos.
You can sit in his pouch and just punch.
I've seen videos. They come in and they have their hands up, but they're not ready to fight. I'll fucking right hook to his jaw.
Yeah.
And then the other one's fighting the other one. And then after I knock this one out, I go help my buddy. But after one sees me punch him, they're all gonna go, wait, hold on, maybe not. Come after this dude. Dude, kangaroos. I know they're mean bastards. I know that, but you know what?
They're Australian, and I'm an American, so I got an edge.
Animals love me. I've always wanted to pet a kangaroo. I've always wanted to hug a kangaroo, dude. And then guess
I
what?
want to
I'm
smoke
gonna
cigs with
emerge.
one.
I'm gonna emerge from this hole with 3 kangaroos that are just my boys. They're my wolf pack. I'm gonna go everywhere with a fucking squad of kangaroos behind me. Should we roll up to a bar with 3 kangaroos? What are you having? Well, I'll have a whiskey, and they're gonna have 3 Fosters.
Okay. I was about to say if you didn't say Foster, you say it was a huge mess, but I'm glad.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
I had faith in you.
So yeah,
all right, Robert. Yeah, run through it again. Run through yours again.
1 least like syringe, then sewage, acid, 2 angry rams, and kangaroos. Because I'm gonna befriend all the animals.
Bobby.
All right, I'll do 1 to 5 like Pat. Syringes, acid, sewage, rams, kangaroos.
Okay. Were the Rams and Kangaroos the same logic as Pat, or you just be boys with them?
He didn't specify that they were angry, so I'm gonna just hope that they're chill.
No, that's fair. They're friendly, maybe friendly kangaroos.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take my chance.
Like, hey, buddy, come on down.
At least with the acid, you're gonna die. The sewage, you're gonna come out and be like, I'm gonna just smell like poo for the rest of my life. There's no getting that off of you.
Those are an interesting power rankings, Mundo. I like those. They made us think outside the box. All right. Our next question comes from Mikey Paul. It's just Mikey P on Twitter. And he says, when you add milk to cereal, does it become a beverage, sauce, or a broth?
I'm gonna say sauce. I don't want my broth to be chunky. And if there's chunks of cereal floating in the milk. I don't think it's a beverage until the very end, because I'm not drinking cereal. I'm eating cereal.
I mean, the whole thing is like this is really the way I looked at it. So is it a broth, a sauce, or what was broth, a sauce,
or a beverage?
Or a beverage. A broth can't really have any meat in it. So milk.
That's not true.
On cereal, to me, a broth is just like it's like.
I mean, maybe not in it, but it's made.
You make it to put other stuff in. To me,
that's fair. I get what you mean.
look at a broth as like broth is nothing, and then you can pour it in stuff, but then it's like it makes other things. Like if you're just drinking broth, you're just drinking broth. There's nothing in the broth. Yeah. You can pour broth and stuff to make it other things, but broth by itself is just broth. I think the next would be a beverage, I think, because I think a sauce, it would need to be creamier. And like if you're trying if you're just trying to take in cereal, it's more of a beverage. It's a beverage. It's like a boba tea. It's a boba tea kind of thing where it's a bunch of it's a weird beverage with some shit in it, but it's a beverage, because I think that like a broth, it can't have the cereal part in it, and I think sauce. All the cereal makes it like not creamy enough to be a sauce. So I'd go beverage.
See, that's the thing. I feel like when you think sauce, when you're thinking sauce, I feel like you're only thinking Alfredo. There's barbecue. Fucking bolognese, dude. That's a chunky meat sauce. There's plenty of different kinds of sauces out there.
Robert, what do you think?
I feel like I would have to go broth. Than like a sauce or beverage. Beverage, yeah, it has to be more creamy. Like beverage, I just feel like water. Then I'm not.
It's definitely not a beverage.
Yeah, definitely not a beverage. I feel like you eliminate that one completely. So I think I would go broth.
First round. So we all had 3 different answers.
But me and Robert both agree that the beverage is the least likely. So that cancels out Alex and he loses.
But you didn't unite on one.
Me and Robert tie.
You didn't unite on one.
No, so me and Robert tie.
Really, we all agreed on different things. So
no, it's a tie and a loss. That's
it would be one of everything. Mikey, that was a good question. All right, last one. Last one is from Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter, and Brandon says, "If your dick made a sound when it got hard, what would you like that sound to be?" Robert, you go first.
A gong.
I like that. I just want the sound of like an inflating balloon. That I think that'd
See,
be fun.
here's the hard thing is I don't want it to make a sound because much like a 15-year-old, I still will just randomly get hard. And I don't want to be at work and people know. But if it's gonna make a sound, let's have it make a sound. I want it to play. Are you ready for some football?
Are you ready for some football? Sorry.
But no, the whole thing. So it just all of a sudden you just hear dun 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 dun. And maybe once I like if I stop being hard because I'm laughing so hard and I'm no longer, then the song just stops. But like that way you'd know if I'm hard through the whole song. But can you imagine that? You just having sex to Hank Williams Jr.
That'd be pretty good. I also think slide whistle would have been a good answer too.
Slide whistle would be good.
I mean,
also, and like if I couldn't do that, I would just want it to go dun 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 na 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 go pack go, like have it just be a football hard on. In some way, it's got to be related to football, you know.
Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. It's a good question, Brandon. Good question by everybody, guys. Good question by everybody at PassGradePod, hashtag PTG Answers. If you'd like to submit your answers, questions, or power rankings, or whatever you'd like to submit to us, we are at PassGradePod on all socials. Don't forget about TikTok, too. Go subscribe to us on TikTok as well. If you're a new subscriber on TikTok this week, just what do we want them to say? New subscriber on TikTok, go subscribe at PassGradePod.
Are you ready for some football?
Say, are you ready for some football? First video you see, just comment, are you ready for some football? And I'll just write, hell yeah. We'll respond, hell yeah, and we'll like your comment. Are you ready for some football? Doesn't matter. On any video, we'll just say, hell yeah, okay? That's how we'll know you're a new follower. And then just, share, repost our TikToks, share us with a friend, repost our Twitters, and all that stuff. At PassGradePod on Twitter. I'm at Alex J. Middleton on all socials. Pat's at not Pat Dion on all socials, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03 on all socials. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Don't forget to go and load up on Pass the Gravy summer gear. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It's good quality shit. I promise you. Let's wrap up with our random celebrity guesser. We got closer. Who did we have last week? You said somebody, Pat, that we had talked about, and it was like the closest we had been. It didn't count, but like it was like we felt like we were close.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. But it felt like we were honing in on who it's gonna be. All right, Robert, you pick first since you were out last week.
J-Lo.
J-Lo. Pat.
For Pride Month, I'm taking Nathan Lane.
I'm gonna go Tina Turner.
She's a gay icon, so that's good.
Okay, stop plays. All right, here we go. Ooh, problematic. Sean Combs is what we're starting on. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Randy Moss.
Shit.
Randy Moss. All right, let's try it again. J-Lo, Nathan Lane, and Tina Turner. Chris Crocker.
Why do I know that name?
Internet celebrity. He's the Leave Britney Alone guy.
Mm-hmm.
Pride Month.
All right. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Sheryl Crow. Fuck, she was so close to Tina Turner. She's basically Tina Turner.
I think I was closer with Nathan Lane and Chris Crocker, but okay.
All right. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Don't be mean to Caitlin Clark, please. And we love you. We love you guys.
Bye, guys.
We'll talk to you next week. If we don't talk to you next week, there will be a podcast episode because I had a baby, but you'll still have a regularly scheduled podcast.
You might be a dad.
And then we'll return the next time after that. But there will be something next week. Don't worry. We love the fuck out of you guys. Have a great rest of your week until we talk to you next time. Pass the gravy. Yeah.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.